In the beginning, there was nothing. And then there was the Drunken Peasants Podcast.
I gotta get a witness. No!
Say, man, you got a joint? No, not on me, man.
I don't have facts to back this up.
It'd be a lot cooler if you did.
That's true. Sometimes I cry.
Oh!
Lick my butthole, he laughed.
From the strangest corners of the internet, here to bring you opinions of the world from an altered perspective. Here are your hosts, the Drunken Peasants.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to the Drunken Peasants Podcast. This is episode 1187.
Do it live!
And we're back again on a Wednesday, a very special Wednesday. Why is it special? Because we're here. And that's all you need to know. You know, I had the worst hangover of my life in the last few days, and it wasn't from alcohol. It was from Taco Bell.
Oh, really?
Dude, I ate, I think, 10 soft tacos that night. 2 of them were off camera, and then, because it was a 12-pack.
Yeah.
So after I ate the 10 and we ended the show and you left, I laid down on the couch and fell asleep.
Yeah.
Like instantly.
I saw you lay down when I left, and I didn't know if you would get back up.
I did not get back up for several hours. I was out. I was in a taco coma.
How did it deal with you the next day?
Oh my God. The dump,
Yeah.
if you will,
Yeah.
was horrid. It was horrid. It was unbelievably horrid.
Do you think you'll ever do that again?
No.
That's one way to end your
I would never, yeah, I don't know.
your 41st year on this earth.
Yeah, it was almost the end of all of them. I felt like I was dying. I felt like I was dying. It was terrible. So, not the thought of eating Taco Bell ever again makes me sick.
Well, that's good. That's
I like real taco, and you know what? When you're drunk, Taco Bell can be a good treat. Those first 5 soft tacos were delicious. And then those last 5, the last one was a real struggle because I felt like I was gonna legit puke. I could feel it. Like nothing sounded worse to me than a Taco Bell taco at that point. Like I probably could have eaten like a King Cobra chimichanga instead of that at that point.
I've vomited Taco Bell before. It's not so bad. It doesn't taste that much different going up as it does going down.
I wonder how it tastes coming out.
Just like it depends on what you're drinking with it. Tastes like water tacos or Baja Blast tacos. It's not the worst thing in the world.
Screaming Phoenix in the chat says, Ben unironically remembers the Challenger blowing up. Sure, why not? I was alive and it was like a major event. Why would you ironically remember that? I don't understand. Yeah, I remember it because I was alive when it happened. I remember them talking about it on the news. They're like, ooh, these civilians are going to go up with these astronauts, and one of them's a teacher. And, yeah. And then I remember everyone freaking out because it just blew up and like a huge crowd of, that's so horrifying. There's a huge crowd of people there to watch that shuttle go into space, and it just blew up.
And the teacher was on board?
Yeah.
And they were interviewing the other teacher that was going to be her replacement?
Yep.
And she like watched as it happened?
Yeah.
And she was like,
it's
oh,
horrifying.
God.
It's horrifying.
I could have been on there.
Yeah. Yeah, we've got some interesting stuff to go over, and you kind of called it that. So not all of it, but Trump did lose some of those lawsuits against him.
Yeah,
by that woman. Not the graping part of it, but like other parts of it.
He's liable for something?
He's liable for defamation and assault, but the grape part of the assault they didn't find him liable on. I'm not a lawyer, so I don't understand how that works, but it is what it is. And you know what though, honestly, Trump is so disliked by so many people. It'd be hard to find a jury that would vote in his favor.
I think they would not go to trial if they couldn't find one that the lawyers were okay with.
Sure. There is a jury selection process.
Yeah.
So, yeah, there is, but there's still bias there. And I mean, like, if it was in, like, Alabama or something, you'd probably have a positive bias for Trump.
There's a good amount of New Yorkers that like Trump.
He left New York for a reason.
Remember when we saw the Jewish guys protesting for Trump during COVID, during the shutdown, and everybody was like, you can't do this?
Well,
you can't do this?
They were like Hasidic Jews.
Yeah, they were for Trump, though.
Okay.
So
yeah, because they're more conservative.
Yeah, so there's definitely a good base there for Trump.
Not really. No, I mean, go look at the voting, how the voting went. There's not that, I mean, like, it's such a small minority of the population there that would...
It's a huge population, though. I'm sure they'd be able to find enough people to fill a jury if they needed to. A jury of their peers. If they could fill a street during COVID.
That is such a weird example. Everybody, please like the stream. Like the stream. We're going to move on to this news of the day. And it's the Trump stuff, so get ready for it. It's amazing. Here it is.
He called me, sir. It got me so fuming angry.
People are discriminating against wolves.
Wow. They're laughing at us, at our stupidity.
And you better well learn to love it.
I'm learning to love it. I love it, actually. I've learned. It took a while.
Zap Rosedauer has a Challenger fact that people don't know, that the people on board of the Challenger didn't die in the explosion. The cockpit was reinforced and descended for 2 minutes at 180 miles per hour. They died when they hit the water.
Okay. I believe it. That's still horrific. Here's
2 minutes. That's crazy.
Here's stuff on the Trump case.
Now back to the historic verdict in a civil lawsuit against former President Donald Trump. A federal jury in New York decided that Trump is liable for sexually abusing and defaming writer E. Jean Carroll about 30 years ago. Now, she had accused him of raping
Let's pop
her.
this cherry.
Thank you.
Pop.
There you go.
Think so.
And said that he defamed her when he called her account a hoax. The jury did not find Trump liable for rape, but ordered him to pay Carroll $5 million in damages. Trump has denied the claims and plans to appeal the ruling. Here's Elaine Keano.
After Tuesday's verdict, Carroll issued a statement saying, I filed this lawsuit against Donald Trump to clear my name and to get my life back. Today, the world finally knows the truth. This victory is not just for me, but for every woman who has suffered because she was not believed.
So, Elaine, when I heard about the conclusion of this case, I thought to myself, oh, she's accusing him of rape, but the jury didn't find him guilty of rape. But they had another option. Can you explain, what the jury had?
Yeah, a lot of this stuff is so confusing to me.
Right. So, first of all, it is a civil trial. So I just want to remind folks, it is confusing, right? Because in this kind of proceeding, it is not a finding of guilt. It is a finding of liability, right? Guilt is what you hear in the criminal trial, which is a lot in a criminal trial, I should say, which is what a lot of people are familiar with, right? This was not that. The range of the outcomes here, never jail time because this is a civil case. With that being said, yes, it was a civil rape trial, as you point out correctly, that this was the central accusation made by E. Jean Carroll against the former president. However, I learned this in sitting there listening to the jury instructions yesterday, Anne-Marie, which took about an hour and a half listening to the federal judge, in this case, Judge Kaplan, going through in minute, and I should say at times explicit detail, the elements that constitute battery under New York state law. And so I'm not going to go into detail, but essentially rape was one of the options. Sexual abuse was another, and that has to do with, the touching, the groping. And that is also, if you'll recall... Is
it really such a stretch to think he did the touching and groping but not the rest?
Well, if they can't prove the rest,
right.
So if
how did they prove that though?
The touching,
yeah,
possibly because he admitted to doing it in a video with Billy Bush, and
he admitted to having done that in general.
He admitted to it being something he does. So maybe she was able to put enough doubt in their mind that when he was with her, he was Groperson.
The Kaplan, E. Jean Carroll's attorney, tried to establish as sort of the MO, the modus operandi, she said, of Donald Trump, and she pointed to that Access Hollywood tape.
There you
they
go.
also called to the stand 2 women who alleged that Donald Trump had, in fact, had these encounters with them as well, separate incidents as well. So the jury heard all of that, right? And that was the case where it wasn't just one instance. They were hearing these multiple sort of accounts separately from what E. Jean Carroll had alleged. And so while we don't have concrete insight into what the jury was thinking, that could have been what led them to their eventual decision.
How long till Donald Trump gets a toe hole now?
Sort of launch
a toe hole?
Yeah, now that he's in the Grope gang, doesn't everybody in the Grope gang get a toe hole?
Oh, that's like a Blade thing, isn't it?
Ayo, Grope gang.
A defense. And their argument was basically like, hey, how can we argue against something that never even happened?
Well, that's exactly right. And, it's interesting you should say that because Donald Trump himself, we want to underscore, had the right over the course of this trial to appear, to testify in court under oath and answer to these accusations. And in fact, at one point last week, you recall the former president was overseas visiting his golf clubs in Ireland and Scotland and said on camera, and 2 reporters seemingly suggested that he would cut his trip short to come back.
The county that Manhattan is in, so like the downtown part of New York City.
Yeah.
Biden got 86% of the vote. Trump didn't even get over 90,000 votes. He got it's fucking ridiculous. And that was his stomping ground for so long.
And
it's very democratic in the major cities. Pimp Monk is in the chat. What's up, Pimp? How you doing, brother?
You mean Kingbeard X?
Yes.
He's in a house now? Did he find a house? Is it time for Pimp Monk to return?
He said read in a house now. What does read mean? He can read?
He learned how to read and he found a house.
He spelled read wrong, so he didn't know how to write. But at least he can read.
Baby steps.
Proud of you, Pimpy.
Wow.
I'm glad you got placed.
Okay, well, we'll extend that deadline for you to notify the court, which had already been extended multiple times, but we'll extend it another time here till Sunday night. Sunday night came and went, and the former president declined. So I know there's some confusion out there, and the former president has made some false claims about not being allowed to, defend himself.
Right.
But he was given ample opportunity to appear.
And they did hear from him in those deposition tapes.
Those depositions were such a bad look for him.
If it helped or harmed him.
Yeah, but we'll see what the jury says. If, in fact, any of them decide to come forward, it's highly doubtful, because that's another thing that's so fascinating about this case. Those jurors were anonymous, and you don't see that very often. But it sort of speaks to the high-profile nature of this case.
Oh, it's so interesting.
It's interesting because he is a former president.
Right.
Like, you wonder if people would do something to these jurors.
It's possible. People are fucking crazy, and in the name of Trump, people have done crazy stuff.
I wonder how often they have a hidden jury like that.
They said it was very rare. I've never heard of it before.
What if the jury, and I have no proof for this, what if they were all Joe Biden and his ice cream friends?
So what you're saying is you don't have facts to back this up.
I wouldn't say that I did, yeah.
Yeah. I have no idea. I don't think so.
Just Joe Biden and 5 of his cronies, or 11, huh? They probably have a full jury, don't they? Probably 12. I don't know why I thought it would be a half jury.
Here's Pence on the Trump stuff.
Does that result change your view about whether or not he is fit to serve as president?
Well, I think that's a question.
Oh, so it's not the way he tried to have him killed. All the other stuff.
For the American people, but I really can't comment on a judgment in a civil case. I have no knowledge of those matters, and I'm sure the president will defend himself in that matter. And
let's be honest, this isn't the first time the president's paid anybody for sex.
strikes me that it's just one more instance where at a time when American families are struggling, when our economy is hurting.
Oh, he's doing I don't know why we even care about this when there's all this other stuff going on.
Nice. Yeah, Republicans not caring about things like extramarital affairs, and they've never cared about that with any other president. Why worry about it now?
More dangerous place almost every day.
I want to see Donald Trump's birth certificate.
Hey,
I just want to see his penis and see if it measures up to what Stormy Daniels said. We could solve a lot of these problems if Trump would just show his exposed penis.
I don't want to see it.
I would look at it for you and tell you if she was lying or not.
Story focusing on my former running mate.
Can we get like a forensic investigation and talk to every woman willing that has seen his penis to talk about this penis?
That I know is a great fascination to members of the national media, but I just don't think it's where the American people are focused.
All right. Here is Romney and Pelosi reacting to it.
The jury of his peers found him guilty of sexual assault and awarded $5 million.
Liable, not guilty. Liable.
Who was damaged. I hope the jury of the American people reach the same conclusion about Donald Trump. He just is not suited to be president of the United States.
Damn.
The news about Trump being found.
Romney's always hated Trump, and he was one of the few Republicans that voted to remove him from office when he got impeached the second time.
He was on the January 6th committee too, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Liable for sexual abuse.
What the fuck is that guy?
He's a Secret Service guy, probably. Or private security, because she's not the speaker anymore.
Is he Willow?
God bless her for having the courage to go forward.
So there's that. Here's E. Jean Carroll talking about it.
Today, we are hearing from writer E. Jean Carroll following her civil trial victory against former President Donald Trump.
Why have a letter as your first name?
A jury found
I think it's
Trump
probably
liable.
short, right, for something?
Of course it is, but why choose to only use the letter? A lot of authors do that. Like,
yeah,
you know.
For battery and defamation in a first of its kind judgment against the ex-president. The jury awarded Carroll $5 million.
Do we know what the E stands for?
Damages. The attack occurred in the bathroom of a New York department store back in the 1990s. Carroll called her legal victory against the former president, quote, a wonderful feeling.
Some kind of wonderful
blood vessel in my body
Elizabeth.
jumped up with
It's Elizabeth Jean Carroll.
utter joy. We are the ones who are the first ones who are holding Donald Trump accountable.
And Trump continues to deny Carroll's claims as he prepares to face voters. His lawyers plan to appeal the decision.
Yeah, I wonder how long this will be locked up in appeals. Here's...
I'm sure it'll be for a while. That's the whole point of appeals, is to never pay a thing.
The woman who successfully sued former President Donald Trump for sexual abuse was up early today. E. Jean Carroll made the rounds on morning TV, saying she feels vindicated after years of Trump defaming her. All of this comes as Mr. Trump prepares to take the stage tonight at a CNN town hall event. Stephen Fabian.
Yeah, there's going to be a CNN town hall event, which should be interesting.
E. Jean Carroll is on a victory tour after winning the $5 million judgment against Donald Trump. This morning, she appeared on broadcast networks and cable shows describing the moment she heard the verdict.
Hooray! That's how I felt inside.
She is a little fucking wacky.
Hooray! Yeah.
She is a little fucking wacky.
Yeah, the whole, like, grape, like, sexy thing that she said.
I think there's a reason she uses her first initial to be her name. It's just, that's a wacky thing to be and do.
Vessel in my body jumped up with a complete and utter joy. It was a wonderful feeling. Fantastic. Yesterday was probably the happiest day of my life.
The former president seethed as he gave his reaction in 3 videos posted on social media.
I have absolutely no idea who this woman is. The verdict is a disgrace to a jury from an anti-Trump area, which is probably the worst place in the United States for me to get a fair trial.
There were extraordinary scenes outside court you didn't see on TV. This is an aerial view of E. Jean Carroll engulfed in a sea of photographers. And Trump trial attorney Joe Tacopina sure looked on
Joe Tacopina!
Yeah.
He just sounds like a mafia lawyer.
He's walking like one, too.
Yeah, why is he holding his...
He's about to unbutton it now that he's out of the...
Oh, damn.
Out of the fucking spot.
Edge when he left court, disappointed in his defeat.
If you guys start doing this, I'm just going to leave.
I'm just going to leave if you're doing this, all right?
Look, the name's Taco Pena. That's about as good as it gets.
He was heckled by anti-Trump protesters.
Wow. Wow. Sore winners. Thank you, libs.
We're also hearing from the witnesses who testified on behalf of Carroll, including psychologist Dr. Leslie Lebowitz, who told jurors that Carroll sleeps with a loaded gun because she's traumatized.
Really?
She sleeps with it? Okay.
That's...
Does she have the headboard where you can hide the rifle in it and it just like falls
I should
out?
get a headboard just to put a rifle on. That would be fucking cool.
Well, there's the special headboard with the secret compartment.
And it pops out, yeah. I just keep my rifle right next to my penis because I got a hair trigger.
In New York and during the daylight, which came up at trial, but because when she's alone, she's afraid somebody will come after her.
The verdict is likely to come up tonight when Trump appears at a CNN town hall of Republican voters at a college campus in New Hampshire. Former CNN anchor Frank Sesno.
It's going to be fascinating to see what the former president does with this at a town hall meeting. How is he going to react if he hears from a Republican voter who is growing weary of all of this?
I want to tell the people who are about to watch CNN tonight, Donald Trump did it. Donald Trump did it.
I'm wondering if this town hall already started.
Wow, David Spade looks terrible.
Here's a little bit about the town hall
We begin,
meeting.
though, with that appearance tonight from former President Trump. He is said to take questions.
Okay, this woman's last name is Cake. I immediately like her.
A town hall hosted by CNN, who the former president repeatedly called fake news during his presidency. This all comes on the heels of yesterday's civil verdict that held him liable for sexual abuse and defamation against former columnists.
People are saying that it's already over. Didn't it start at 9 Eastern time? So it ended in like
38 minutes?
Yeah.
Probably. He probably didn't have much to say other than he didn't do it.
Oh, an hour and a half ago, people are saying.
WPTV News Channel 5's Matt Cesny has more tonight on the Trump campaign from Palm Beach International.
Not even 24 hours since that libel verdict came, Donald Trump left PBIA here this afternoon just after 3:30 for that televised town hall in New Hampshire. And there were some Trump supporters out here, about a handful of them just off Southern
That
Boulevard.
Trump flag had an icon that was Trump's fucking hair as part of the flag. Like they just had the fucking yellow hair swoosh.
Yeah.
That's a shitty flag.
It is.
That's a shitty. I actually want to see the full flag because I only saw it waving. Who designed that?
A mad person.
I don't like it.
They had their flags and hats saying they still support him even after the decision in court over claims of sexual battery and defamation. How this might affect the Trump campaign isn't known yet. His base is certainly solidly behind him, and he believes that he does have a sizable lead over Governor Ron DeSantis, who has yet to announce he is running. And this CNN town hall...
Yeah, a bunch of people who are supporting Trump because they don't trust the government or the law. This is not going to set them back at all.
Viewed as an attempt to try and keep some momentum.
He wants to try to seize the day while he's still the #1 top dog in the race. And once Mr. DeSantis declares, everybody's now...
Why are you so pissy?
One-eyed Wonder Weasel?
I'm pissy? I don't think so. Just tired.
He took a whiskey drink. He took a vodka drink. He took a lager drink. He drank a cider drink.
And it'll be different.
Pissing the night
it's a smart move by
away.
Mr. Trump.
And Florida Governor Ron DeSantis is expected to join the
We got
presidential
Shabisky
race
and
officially
Pimp Monk in the chat.
sometime in the
Pimp Monk
next
probably left,
2
actually.
weeks. At PBIA, Matt Cesny, WPTV, News Channel 5.
I didn't eat too many pizzas. I ate too many tacos. I ate just enough pizzas.
How many pizzas is too many pizzas?
I think that's all up to the individual.
Well, it's up to you.
Oh,
we know 10
how
tacos was too much.
Well, we also have to define the size of the pizza, right?
Well, how big was the last pizza you ate?
It was like a personal size pizza.
Do you think 2 of those is too much?
No, 2 of those might be. It depends on how hungry I am.
Yeah.
I could eat 2 and be okay. They're only 4 slices each because they're small.
Yeah.
It's Cascadia pizza. Yeah.
I haven't gone to Mod Pizza for so long. With my new diet, I stopped going to Mod Pizza. It was so good. I would go there all the time, and I haven't been forever.
This is a weird story. I'm glad this girl got arrested. It's sad because she probably should have gotten punched. But check this out.
A video shows a University of Kentucky student who is white using a racial slur and attacking 2 black students.
Yeah. It looks like she's like in her club wear too. Like,
yeah. She's probably drunk, right? So they muted the student. Sophia Rosing was arrested on multiple assault charges, public intoxication, and disorderly conduct, according to an online police record. They blurred out her using the N-word.
Yeah.
Could you stop, please? No.
Oh, damn.
Could you stop? No. Thank you. I'm being
So she called her the N-word and the B-word.
Yep. It's funny how easily she's being subdued, though.
She's very drunk. And she's small, too. It's lucky she found this woman instead of Donald Trump.
Yeah.
She's just dropping the NB, not non-binary. Just dropping the NB over and over and over again. Now they're going to sit her down in the fucking avocado 70s seat.
And now she's getting arrested. And she's still saying the N-word.
Is the cop black?
I think he might be.
Damn.
It's hard to tell, actually.
So she's saying it to the cop? No, I can't.
I don't think I think the cop is white.
The cop is passing. This is the University of Kentucky, though, right? Like that. Isn't that their school slogan?
It's in Louisville.
Isn't that their chant?
I mean, Louisville is a pretty diverse city. So, I think she's just really drunk, and she's lucky she was messing with people that didn't want to cave her face in, because that could have. I've seen that exact scenario play out very differently before.
Yeah, maybe it's because it's at a university, not a Waffle House.
Someone said Lexington. Okay, so University of Kentucky is in Lexington, which I believe is the capital of Kentucky, and then Louisville has University of Louisville. You are correct.
If you pull this thing at the Waffle House, people at the Waffle House don't have anything to live for. People going to university are a little more likely to call the police than have the police called on them.
Yes.
I wonder if she does this just so she gets cuffed and pushed against a wall by a police officer, like that's her kink. She's like, finally, you're fucking here. I'm sopping wet, officer. And she screams the N-word. What a horrible, horrible person.
Yeah.
The Waffle House is an arena. It's a social contract. You know what you're going to Waffle House for. You're going to Waffle House for a hot plate of slop and a probable Donnybrook.
She looks nice, and she ruined her night.
Who, this girl?
Yeah, she's looking nice.
They all look nice.
Yeah.
All the girls look
nice. I mean,
she's
dressed in her,
She's dressed like she's looking for trouble. Those girls were dressed like they were looking for higher education.
Yeah. They were wearing like their school hoodies and stuff.
I appreciate college girls who go to college for college, not go to college for cock and racism.
All right, this just in to CNN. House Republicans say that they have evidence that members of the Biden family received millions of dollars in payments from foreign entities in China and Romania. The Republican chairman of the House Oversight Committee, James Comer, releasing some of these details just moments ago. CNN.
Did she say China and Romania?
Yeah.
So, like, what if Hunter Biden was working with Andrew Tate?
And Corpse Midget.
Yep.
Sarah Murray.
Basically,
has gathered-
randomness.
Bring all of this for us. She's joining us right now. So, Sarah, lay this out for us. What exactly is Comer alleging was done here, and how closely involved is Joe Biden?
That is an ugly fucking necklace. Am I wrong? Guys, am I wrong? It looks like she's wearing beaded cat ears around her neck.
It's I think it's made out of Crayola model magic. I think
hate
it's
it.
a Sonichu medallion.
Okay. If it's a Sonichu medallion, it's dope.
The Republicans on House Oversight are out with this new memo today, and as you mentioned, Comer just did a press conference essentially saying that there are members of the Biden family who receive payments from entities linked to Romania.
I wonder who. They have
linked to
Hunter
China,
Biden up here.
and that some of these payments took place while Joe Biden was the vice president. And of
Oh,
course,
really?
James Comer is using this to try to further his argument that he's trying to make that there are members of the Biden family who enriched themselves on the family name, and that somehow the current president was involved, even though he hasn't offered proof of that. But take a listen to what Comer said in his press conference just this morning.
To be clear, this committee is investigating President Biden and his family's shady business deals that capitalize
That committee
on Joe
looks like a bunch of fucking snitches.
Biden's public office and risked our country's national security. The president, when confronted with this information, said it wasn't true.
Yeah.
Instead of being honest with the American people, President Biden has claimed since the 2020 election that his family has not received money from China. That was a lie in 2020, and he continues to lie to the American people now. The Bidens have received millions of dollars from China. It is inconceivable that the president did not know it.
Inconceivable.
Inconceivable.
Now, look, Kate, this certainly raises questions about Hunter Biden's business activities while his dad was vice.
You know, there's a lot of questions that could be raised about Hunter Biden's activities. If he's being sued right now by his alleged or not alleged proven baby mom, who he tried to say wasn't the baby mom, a child he had with this woman in 2018. He's trying to lower the child support payments towards her, and his earning records are all closed off. So no, you can't lower this. We want access to your earning records. You probably owe more. Hunter Biden is the worst type of crackhead. He's an affluent crackhead. I don't like it. The crack is for the poor, Hunter. If you would have ran around doing, I don't know, pure cocaine that your dad dropped off of a plane with Cocaine Bear, I'd be fine with that. But this is a drug of the poor. You should have never had access to it.
President, but they don't make allegations in this report that any of these payments are illegal. They also don't show any payments that are directly linked to Joe Biden, despite the allegations we've seen from Comer. And the White House, even before this Comer press conference, was slamming it, saying that he has a history of playing it fast and loose with the facts and spreading baseless innuendo, Kate.
All right. The context that you have right there, though, is important. The detail coming out, that will continue. What this means for Hunter Biden may be something very different than what it means for Joe Biden, especially in terms of that right now there is no suggestion that anything illegal was actually done. It's good to see you, Sarah. Thank you so much for bringing that reporting to us. Always appreciate it.
I doubt anything illegal was done because all the fucking politicians have made it legal to do all this crazy fucking shit. It was the reason why Nancy Pelosi's husband can be right there in the fucking Dow 1,000 million billion club with his weird secret grappling in his hotel room while Sam and Andy rolls up and takes a dump on their porch. Why is this a thing? Why is the world the way it is, Ben?
I don't know. It is, the world the way it is the way it is, and it's not a good way. The way the world is, it's not a good
We gotta find a way.
Everyone, please like the stream if you haven't already. Check out the pre-show too, where all the audio platforms are out there. You can go to Spotify or iTunes or wherever you get audio podcasts. You can check out the pre-show that we do. We just did a short one before we started this stream too. you know, it's a little bit it's a behind the scenes peek. Sometimes we talk about stuff that maybe I wouldn't want to talk about on YouTube because YouTube's so restrictive. So check it out when you get a chance. There's links down below.
You can guess which one of us wasn't wearing pants when we recorded it.
Sign up for. Well, I'm wearing shorts.
Okay, I can't guess anymore.
Yeah. Let's check out this thing.
It's extremely controversial. It's called the Harm Reduction Service. Those who support it say it prevents the spread of disease. Those against it say it's enabling drug addicts.
These people are passing out crystal meth pipe to the homeless.
Tony Anthony couldn't believe it until he witnessed it himself.
Can I get a crystal pipe? You got it?
So it's some public service going around passing out meth pipes.
Yeah, they've been doing this in Seattle for 30 years.
Thank you. Appreciate that. They have boxes.
That's why they stopped selling the little glass roses at the corner stores, because people are out there giving them away for free.
Oh, they're passing it out, and I'm like, this is a damn shame. They shouldn't be doing this.
But to be fair, they wouldn't have passed it out to just anybody, but you happen to fit the bill.
The nonprofit Homeless Healthcare Los Angeles riding around in a golf cart through the streets of Skid Row, passing out meth pipes.
Monday through Friday, I have seen them.
The broken used pipes can be seen all over the place. A sickening sight for Tony, who lives in this area.
Look, I live down, this is my community. I don't want to see this.
The executive director
Then don't look at it.
Homeless
Well, I
Healthcare
mean, you could fight to not have it allowed there. You could say, no, fuck this. I don't want you giving out free pipes. If you're going to give them out, you better come and clean up the fucking road 4 times a week so there's not little kids playing on the broken glass. Like, I see his gripe. I support his gripe. If anything, they should pass out free sleeping pills. And these people can go take a long-ass nap. They can hibernate. Is it time to start a hibernation for the homeless campaign?
I could use some hibernation.
I think let's see if we can get it going. If you hashtag homeless hibernation, and we'll just make them sleep it off. When they wake up, maybe we'll have an answer to the homeless problem.
I want to sleep it off, and I'm not homeless.
Los Angeles refused an interview with Fox 11 News and wouldn't issue a statement. But in a phone call, he said free meth pipes is a safety issue and part of a harm reduction program similar to handing out clean needles.
Yeah, why not give them fucking some tinfoil and they can freebase that shit? They don't get warblers just because they want to do some fucking meth. Get the tinfoil. Christ.
That was a nice looking pipe, too.
Give them a little fucking plastic straw and some tinfoil. Those pipes are too nice. Whoever's selling these pipes to these people is a dickhead. There's better ways to make these people smoke meth.
That's what they are, instruments of death.
While this gentleman thinks it's a bad idea to pass out meth pipes to people experiencing homelessness, this man, who goes by the name Catfish.
Catfish! Yeah. I can hardly see him, though, because he's wearing camouflage.
How many times have they given you the crack pipes? Says it can save a life.
Pick up the wrong pipe or use the wrong pipe, you're going to die. If you pick up the wrong needle and use the wrong needle, you're going to die. This right here is saving your life and a whole lot of other people's lives.
Safety issue.
What if the people that are against this don't want you to live? Then you're not forming an opinion, or you're not forming an argument that they'll agree with. Most of these people would love the homeless to die. I've seen them talk about it. I've seen the business owners throw water on them. We have to find a way to get through to these business owners that are angry, so that they don't want the homeless people to die, because they're like, no, let them die. We need a better answer. Maybe it's time to stand up for the homeless.
In colder climates, a lot of them die off during the winter. When places where it's like below freezing all winter and it gets to sub-zero temperatures.
Walk down Skid Row.
I might solve homelessness this month.
See the people that's
It's
on
about time.
methamphetamine and got sores all over their body, their teeth falling out, bumps all over their face, running down the street buck naked. There is no safety. They don't need to be coming down here, passing out these.
Is he in a bathroom? Those look like stalls behind him.
Glass pipes.
When you enable people to stay in an addiction that will kill them, that is not the right method, in my opinion.
Andy Bales,
In my
president and
opinion.
CEO of Union Rescue Mission, believes Homeless Healthcare Los Angeles is flat out wrong in their approach to helping people living on the street.
Their philosophy is that people are free to do.
Is he like streaming on TikTok or something? But
Yeah.
he's holding it in landscape mode?
Yeah, it's exactly that.
whatever they want, and let's assist them in doing it in a safe way. Well, there is no safe way to use a deadly substance, right? There is no safe supply of deadly fentanyl when even a little.
I mean, that's like saying there's no safe way to drive because.
Tell that to all the people who use fentanyl safely in hospital settings. There's obviously a safe way to use this stuff. You don't have to trust a doctor to regulate fentanyl if you know what you're doing. Problem is people get high and they don't know what they're doing. They don't know what they're using.
Yeah.
They're not using fentanyl a lot of the times. They're using heroin that happens to have fentanyl in it.
Can cause you to have an overdose death.
It's money in homelessness too. The more people you got on the street, the more that different organizations.
That's true. There's a lot of money in homelessness. The people don't want to cure homelessness because cures don't make money. They don't want to cure any ailments. They want to nurture them. Keep them at bay.
Let's build a neighborhood full of tool sheds, and the good ones can live in the tool sheds. That's basically what they do. You know, there's like the tiny villages, and they have checkpoints, so you can't get it. Like only approved people can get into them, and you can't bring drugs into them or anything. If you get caught, you get kicked out.
We should build tiny apartments, like little apartments, and just put people in there hooked up to morphine, and let them just sit there and waste away until they want to get better.
They've been using closed down hotels as temporary homeless shelters.
Didn't they just put them in actual hotels in New York City for a while too?
Maybe, I don't know about that.
to
I know
get them off the
locally
streets?
there's a few like abandoned hotels.
Financials of Homeless Healthcare
Give them a
Los
little
Angeles.
Netflix, a little morphine,
Fact
put them in
show
an little apartment.
2016, the nonprofit
When
received
they want to come out and be in
$5.7
society, give them a
million
couple of steps to reintegrate. Keep them
in
off of the streets so that I don't have to step on crack pipes.
government funding. 3 years later, it increased to $11.9 million. That same year, Homeless Healthcare reported a total revenue of $12.4 million. $7.2 million of that went to salaries and employee benefits.
You trying to keep them homeless in America? That's what I look at. You can pass out food, an apple, water. Why you want to pass out a pipe so they can get high? That's encouraging them to get high.
Why do they need a fucking pipe car like this? They got a pipe mobile.
Yeah, it's like a golf cart.
Like they're like, oh, here comes the ice cream fucking truck full of pipes. What the fuck? Gonzo says, Billy, we are not comatose crack addicts. Why not? Why not? Put them in a room with some entertainment and some morphine, and when they get tired of that, offer them a way back into society.
Again, those who support it say this is a public health practice that has existed for many years. We're just now hearing about it. And they say, again, that it saves
Because right
lives.
now, all these homeless encampments are square one fronts for crazy amounts of drugs. And if the city is passing out pipes, they're supporting these fronts for drugs. They're supporting the drug houses that are off-site, milking everything through into these compounds. They're supporting the drug industry, right? And if you want to do that, then legalize the drugs. That's all you got to do. Make
They're working
it legal.
on that in Vancouver.
Make it legal. If you want to legalize, if you want to fucking offer all these tools to propagate drug dealing, then legalize it and take the drug dealing out of the criminals and put it into the gentrify crack dealing, okay? Give all these people who are selling drugs first bid to come work at the jobs and become sales associates at Crack Incorporated. Give them a legal outlet to rebuild. Until then, We got to figure something out here because nobody, this 30 years they've had these programs in Seattle, and it's only gotten progressively worse, and people are making progressively more money off of the homeless.
Now, we are told that a lot of local nonprofits are doing the same thing, handing out free meth pipes to people living in Skid Row. Alex, Christine, I'll send it back to you guys in the studio.
Wow. Thank you for sending it back to everybody in the studio. Yeah, it's interesting. I can see the positives and the negatives from it. I'm more familiar with the needle exchange stuff, which prevents them from reusing the needles and spreading diseases. I can see the good in that.
Yeah, we've been have the needle program is what I was talking about in Seattle for 30 years. I'm sure the pipes and everything are here now too, but we've been doing the needle exchange for a long time. And it really, Seattle is like the Hilton for homelessness. They got a lot of options to help people, but
the mild winter here is very helpful for that.
Well, I mean, there's a lot more than that.
No, there is more than that. I'm just saying that's
there's an entire economy based around keeping people homeless. Feeding into the homeless.
Most of the cities that have this crazy homeless population they have like a mild winter. Like they don't die off in the winter. Like that's why New York doesn't have this crazy homeless population in proportion to its size. It's because it gets so cold there during the winter, and there's not enough beds and shelters to keep people off the streets when it gets to 10 below zero in the winter.
Bill Hicks says next is free crack. That should be next. The crack should be free. It should be regulated. It should be distributed. It should not be making criminals money. It should not be making all this money that's undocumented that only goes to further taint our communities.
You said taint.
We need to give them free crack so we can alleviate the criminal aspect of the drug dealing going around these places. That's how you stop. That's how you really stop the war on drugs. You just get it and give it away for free, undercut the profit.
Let's see.
In New York, the homeless who stay in the winter go underground to the abandoned sewer lines and train lines.
The ones that make it.
The underground.
We're back now with consumer news. The U.S. Department of Labor announcing that dozens of McDonald's violated federal labor laws.
This is crazy.
Why they give the fat girl the McDonald's news story? They're fucking with her,
when
right?
I saw her, I wasn't like, I'm not like, oh, she's fat girl. She's got some extra pounds, but I'm not like, oh, that's a fat girl.
Well, I wasn't gonna say anything until boom, they gave her the fucking McDonald's story.
Here's the thing: she's the anchor person, so they give her all of the stories that they do on
all
news.
of them.
Yeah. The anchor person introduces all the stories, and then the reporter that covers the story, they pass it off to them, and then they do the segment.
Federal labor laws. And the Labor Department says it's fined 3 Kentucky companies operating these McDonald's restaurants more than $212,000 for breaking child labor laws. The department says 2 10-year-olds worked as late as 2 in the morning, were not paid, and one operated a deep fryer in Louisville. Now, the company says the 10-year-olds were the children of a night manager and were not.
Dude, I've been to like Chinese restaurants where it's like obviously owned by a family, and there's like a 6-year-old like ringing me up when I'm buying my food.
Yeah.
So, and that's definitely not within labor laws.
Are you sure? I thought if
Yes.
it was family, you're allowed to have family at the restaurant.
You can't have children work past a certain amount of hours in a day. Like, there's just laws against that.
These guys weren't even on the payroll. Obviously, they were just here because the parent couldn't afford any sort of...
But they own a McDonald's.
They own the McDonald's or they manage it?
I don't know.
They couldn't afford daycare, so they just have the kids hang out and do a little fucking fun, cool commerce stuff. Teaches them a
Girl boy
lesson.
in Virginia brought
Kids
a gun
weren't even
to
getting
school.
paid, so it's not slave labor. 6-year-old shoots teacher?
Yeah, this happened a while ago. They're interviewing the mother of the kid that shot the teacher. The teacher survived, thankfully. But this is an example of when a kid gets their parent's gun and shoots people, the parent should have some repercussions for not securing their gun.
And shot his teacher back in January, and now for the first time, we're hearing from that first grader's mother. Despite being shot,
I seriously hope she doesn't make excuses.
Year-old Abigail Zwerner got all of her students to safety. Daisha Taylor says her son suffers from severe ADHD, but
that's why. Oh, that totally makes it up for it. Oh no, I didn't know he had ADHD.
No longer needed a parent in the classroom. He started medication and had been meeting his academic goals. This was Taylor's response when asked if her son had any angst or ill will against his teacher.
No, he actually really liked her. I will say that.
He shot her. And actually, you know what's really fucked up? The school was given a tip that this kid had a gun and they didn't search him. And then he ended up actually having it and shooting his teacher. So the school was informed that the kid might have a gun and didn't do shit about it.
That week, he did come.
So it was a failure on multiple levels. Her failure as a parent and the school's failure to address something that they were informed of. Especially in an environment where school shootings happen way more often than they used to.
But it was a success for the Stop Snitching campaign.
Oh, I'm glad.
And he was talking, a lot about how he felt like he was being ignored. So he would come home and, Mom, I don't think they
Well, they're not going to ignore you anymore.
And he would come home and say, Mom, I feel like I'm being ignored at school.
Where's your gun?
So I said, here, take this gun to school. It will be like your magic wand. Just point it around and people will listen to you.
Yeah.
To me, I didn't like that. And then actually he ended up getting suspended the next day because he was in class. He was trying to tell her something. And she asked him to go sit back down. He threw his arms up. He said, fine. And when he threw his arms up, he knocked her phone out of her hand on accident.
My God. This is such bullshit.
On accident.
And he got suspended for that.
Okay, so he got suspended because of something he did to her, but he had no ill will, and then he brought a gun and shot her. Yeah, that checks
Zwerner
out.
says the boy slammed the phone so hard that it shattered. She's filed a
Classic
$40 million lawsuit
ADHD.
against the school district, claiming that officials ignored warnings about the students' behavior.
President.
Yeah.
Classic ADHD. How's this woman going to sue ADHD?
Me have AD. Joshy have ADD. Joshy. Dude, the Joshy meme kind of took off. That was an accident. How that started.
Everybody loves Joshy.
Here's a news story about Aurora Avenue.
Nice.
Yeah.
Eric, prostitution has been an issue for such a long
Tell
time
me about
on this
it.
corridor that the city, it even has street signs saying sex worker watch area. Well, tonight,
all vehicle plates reported.
Oh, I'm on that list.
Business owner is going to get a chance to explain the impacts that he deals with to a police captain and others. They are up and down the sidewalks and in and out of parking lots. And business owners say the prostitutes stay busy at all hours of the day and night.
Anything you could possibly imagine.
Look at this guy.
The Stereo Warehouse.
Yeah.
He's from the Stereo Warehouse commercials. He does the commercials, and he's like...
He's a character, I can tell.
You have to actually watch the commercials. They're pretty funny.
That has to do with prostitution is here in front of the store.
Here's the thing. If they just had legal brothels, they wouldn't be marching up and down the street here disturbing the businesses, and the people who wanted to buy them would know where to go, and then all the crime and shit that comes with it wouldn't exist.
There's no way I can believe that Dutton didn't pick up a few in the last 30, 40 years.
Oh, him? Because now he's mad that they're always around.
My buddy worked for him for a while. I think my buddy probably picked up a few too.
And Clark at Stereo Warehouse says he's seen too much, and the problems go far beyond sex work.
And the crime that goes around it is incredible.
That's a symptom of it being illegal.
It's like the wild, wild west here.
Just up the street at 5-Star Autos, owner Gus Uribe says it's gotten so
That's
bad.
right by where I get my awesome micheladas with the shrimp in them.
Auto?
Yeah, just a half a block up the road from there, where I get my awesome shrimp micheladas.
Enforcement he plans to move.
We're leasing this property. We don't own it. And our next move is to leave Seattle.
Clark says along with prostitution, he has seen pimps get into shootouts, he's seen brutal fights, and the theft in the area is rampant.
Just legalize it already.
Right.
Why is it illegal for someone to sell sexual services?
It's not illegal in every case.
From people paying for massages.
It's only slightly different than people paying for massages, because if we legalize prostitution, there will be like half as many massages.
Yeah, they the way they do it now is they act like it's a massage place.
The police captain of the North Precinct says her officers are working with motels in the area to cut down on the crime associated with prostitution.
So do you have an aftermarket radio or a stock radio?
I gotta go there and get a new fucking radio. My stupid new car, Bluetooth doesn't work in it. I can't play anything. I have to listen to NPR every time I drive. I gotta go get a stereo from Stereo Warehouse. It's time.
Clark says that does nothing to address the heartbreak.
And I have mothers coming by here, and they're showing me pictures of their underage daughters, and they're saying, do you know this girl? And I'm saying, yes, I see her on the corner every day.
She charges $250.
Oh, fuck, dude. That would be the good IRL. Is finding these moms looking for their daughters.
That's
and
sad.
go out and fucking find their daughters for them.
That's so sad.
That'd be fucking dog the booty hunter.
There's a channel on YouTube that gets millions of views, and all they do is drive down Aurora Avenue, and when they drive by a girl walking down the street, they like zoom in on her and do it in slow motion, and then they zoom out and keep driving down the street. It's the weirdest channel ever, but it gets crazy amounts of views. It's insane.
And business owners say efforts so far are coming up short.
Whatever they're doing now is not working.
Yeah, it's prohibition.
What more do you want the city to be doing that's not being done right now?
Well, first of all, this shouldn't be out here. This is ridiculous.
Dutton Clark, he's going to be presenting these issues tonight before the North Precinct Advisory Council. It's a community-based crime prevention group. Scheduled to attend will be the...
Legalized prostitution would solve a lot of the incel problem, by the way.
How great would it be if there was a pimp that went to this public town meeting and was like, y'all need to get off of my fucking block.
Yeah.
Stop hating on my girls.
Yep.
Police captain of the North Precinct.
You know how many
Reporting live, Joe
stereos
Marino.
I've bought from you, Dutton, at Stereo Warehouse? Every time one of my girls gets out on that road, I get a bigger speaker. You wouldn't exist if not for my pimping.
I would argue that the Chris Barb Chandler thing wouldn't have happened if there would have been legalized prostitution in
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know, because that's another, like, you blame that one on ADHD as well. You shoot your teacher, you fuck your mom. ADHD is a hell of a drug.
I have fucked both of my parents.
News.
Joel, thank you. Hi, everyone. I'm Preston Phillips from Como News. Thanks for checking out the Como.
Here's George Santos. I guess he's actually getting charged with crimes now.
Nice.
We have breaking news tonight. New York Congressman George Santos pleads not guilty to charges alleging fraud and theft from his campaign. Thank you so much for joining us for the Pix 11 News at 6. I'm Tamsin Fidel.
I'm Corey Chambers. The embattled congressman was arrested earlier today, and not long after, he appeared in court to face 13 charges. They include 7 counts of wire fraud, 3 counts of money laundering, 2 counts of making false statements, and a single charge of theft of public funds.
Damn,
prosecutors
son.
allege the Republican lawmaker.
This is how they're going to get rid of him, because they've been wanting to get rid of him for a while. Even the Republicans don't want him because of all the shit he's lied about.
Led a campaign built on lies, and they say it's time for him to face the consequences of that.
Santos now released on a $500,000 bond, and he addressed
prostitution being illegal kind of counter to the philosophy of capitalism and gospel of the free market?
Right.
GTW just came over from Hannibal and Monty.
Yeah, well, the big thing about prostitution being illegal is that capitalism, half the shit they sell you in capitalism wouldn't be sold anymore if you could just go out and buy sex, because most people buy all these other things to try and get it.
It's religious morality being enforced through the law. That's why it's illegal.
reporters about the case.
That's why gambling was illegal throughout most of the country for a long time, too.
Ayanna Harry live for us tonight in Central Islip outside of federal court. Ayanna.
Tamsin and Corey, good evening. Congressman George Santos said he will not resign, calling this case a witch hunt. He faces up to 20 years in prison after investigators say he stole money from his own campaign, lied to donors, and lied to Congress.
These are criminal charges, too.
Yes.
These aren't Trump liable grope charges.
No. This is hard time.
These are wire transfer criminal oopsies.
Let's hear what he said. He should not be talking at all right now.
Now I'm going to have to go and fight to defend myself. The reality is it's a witch hunt.
From the halls of Congress to a federal
Man, the Republicans are sure getting some mileage out of this witch hunt.
courthouse as a criminal defendant. Congressman George Santos pleaded not guilty during a hearing Wednesday, accused of embezzling money from his own campaign and lying to Congress.
We have an indictment. We have the information that the government wants to come after me on, and I'm going to comply. I've been complying throughout this entire process.
Santos is charged with fraud, money laundering, theft of public funds, and making false statements. Prosecutors say he lied to political donors, lied about his income to the House of Representatives, and falsely received $24,000 in unemployment benefits. Investigators believe Santos received unemployment during the pandemic while also collecting a $120,000 salary.
My employment was changed during the time. I don't understand where the government's coming from.
The complaint
I don't understand where the government's coming
filed
from.
in federal court alleges Santos spent campaign donor money on personal credit card payments and on designer clothes. Denying wrongdoing, Santos vowed he will be transparent.
Be delivering all the finances of my company. I'm delivering all my finances to them.
House Republican leaders responded to the charges against Santos Wednesday, saying no new action will be taken against him.
In America, there's a presumption of innocence, but they're serious charges. He's going to have to go through the legal process.
And the freshman congressman said he will continue to represent his Queens and Long Island district in Washington, with plans to vote on legislation tomorrow. And Santos is still running for re-election. We spoke with his attorney, Joseph Murray.
When is his re-election?
Yeah, I thought he just got in.
Right?
How will he be able to manage running for re-election and a criminal case, a federal criminal case?
I think you stay tuned and watch.
What a great answer.
George Santos again pleaded not guilty to all of the charges in this case. He also surrendered his passport. And Tamsin and Corey, keep in
Ironically,
mind,
prostitution was legalized in medieval Europe specifically to prevent homosexuality. How does having access to legal poona prevent a dude from wanting another dude? Catholicism, man.
It doesn't.
he remains under investigation by the House Ethics Committee, and he's also under investigation by the District Attorney in Nassau County. Reporting live
I don't
from
know,
the
though. If it takes homophobia to legalize prostitution, I'll hear him out. I'll hear him out.
House in Central Islip. Ayana Harry, Pix 11 News.
All right, so here's that Stereo City or Stereo Warehouse commercial.
Yeah, with
We stripped
Oh my
our
God.
prices naked.
Stop what you're doing. Being persecuted just because I broke the law.
Witch hunt.
Out of the Stereo Warehouse and check out the stripped down prices on hot names like Earthquake, Pioneer, JBL, Kicker, Rockford.
Yeah, these
Frosty,
guys would
Orion,
always
Sony,
stand
Viper,
naked behind speakers.
MTX, JVC, and tons more. We're stripping the prices and blowing them out the door with AM/FM cassette decks starting at $14.95. Speakers starting at
$14.95.
$10 and woofers starting at $9.95. Installations on site while you wait.
Get this stuff out of here.
That guy in the middle is the old guy there.
Oh, yeah? Yeah, this is like 30 years old.
And they're up the road now. They're not at this location anymore.
I'm like, where's all the hookers?
The new location they're at has a lot more hookers. This location is closer to the Sherry's, where there used to be a Denny's, but the Denny's closed down.
I went to Sherry's once, and it was disappointing. It was like...
What'd you order?
Stuff from the menu. I can't remember exactly.
Because
But
there's definitely a lot of disappointing stuff on a Sherry's menu.
Yeah, it's like a even lower grade Denny's.
I don't know if that's for sure, but it's comparable.
Yeah.
And what they do have is amazing pies. Sherry's got some amazing pies. Yeah, you go to Sherry's just for coffee and smoking. That's what it was for. So was Denny's, though, right?
Yep. We had Big Boy in my hometown, and that's where like all the goth kids would hang out and smoke cigarettes and drink coffee all day.
At Bob's Big Boy?
It's not Bob's Big Boy in the Midwest. It's
What is
Frisch's Big Boy.
Ah.
Nope.
The News4JAX team has obtained body camera video showing the initial response.
If I was gay, I'd be gay for whatever that Bob's Big Boy character was.
Discovered strangers.
That's the only thing I'd fuck if I was gay. Bob's Big Boy.
You're going to be investigated for fraud, okay?
This is crazy.
Nearly 2 months later, the accused squatters are gone, but no one has been arrested. The house was left in bad shape, as you saw there. The homeowner told police the washer and dryer were stolen. There were thousands of dollars worth of property damage.
News4JAX I-Team investigator Ann Maxwell has been following this story since the beginning. She's joining us live with that body camera
Nice
footage.
to see a little news piece to make us feel sorry for our landlords. How many people out here tip your landlord?
Okay, now you got it all wrong. This has nothing to do with So someone did own this property, but people were living there without paying for anything. They just kind of moved in and started
called squatting.
Yeah. And then they trashed the place.
Joy, investigators ASO are continuing to follow up on this case. It's been quite the ordeal.
This is actually
and the homeowner
very common.
Is frustrated. One of the women who moved into her house told the responding officer she'd been a victim of a rental scam. But as you'll see in that body camera
There
video,
was no
the
evidence.
officer soon becomes suspicious of her story. But he said,
Yeah, she claims that because this has happened too, where people rent out a place that isn't even theirs and then take the deposit money and leave. But she couldn't provide any evidence that had
wasn't
happened.
much he could do in that moment.
If there is probable cause, you're going to be arrested, okay?
A call from a confused homeowner
I own this house. It was for sale.
leading to a testy exchange.
You can choose.
Oh, no, of course. I'm not going to vacate.
In early March, homeowner Patty Peoples was surprised to find people living in her rental property.
She has a signed lease and paid $3,100 for first and last month rent and a pet deposit. So,
A pet deposit.
Yeah, she's very calm and very, very polite.
She's got a pet deposit?
Peoples hadn't authorized a lease.
Hey, how you doing, young lady?
Yeah, this woman here was claiming that she paid all this stuff to someone who scammed her.
Good morning.
Hi.
What's going on?
So basically, I'm 22 years old, and I just moved out of the Hubbard house, the homeless house. My mom died 2 years ago. I've been in the Hubbard house for a freaking year.
She said she found this house for rent on Zillow, and a man named Christopher gave her a tour and accepted her as a tenant. But Zillow has no record of the house being listed.
Yeah, so there's the first huge hole in her story. It was it was never listed on Zillow, so that's a lie.
For rent at that time, and the responding officer could find no trace of Christopher. The officer's research on scene did show that this woman claimed she was a victim of a similar rental scam at a nearby property a few months
She did
earlier.
it again, a few months ago.
Neighbors said the couple moved out of this house right around the time they moved into People's house.
You're being scammed for your home. This is what I believe. Now,
She's part of it?
The officer starts asking for more information about the person she
Yeah, 'cause-
claimed
so the owner believed her story.
rented her the house.
And how are you guys communicating?
Through email.
Okay, you got an email chain that I can see?
When the
Yeah, it's like when a cop's like, "Oh, how you communicating?" and then you're like, "Through email." He's gonna ask to see the emails. Oh, I deleted all of those.
Officer
It's like,
presses
what?
her to send the emails a few minutes later. She gets frustrated and says she'd need to send them from her computer, but she has to get to work.
I've been respectful.
I've been respectful to you, too.
But you're not allowing me to speak.
Okay, so
So what I'm about to say is this is the first time hearing about you having to be at work at 9. Okay. Even though you stated it to her, I didn't hear that because I'm not her.
Right.
Okay, I've been in my car
and can
for...
I get your badge?
He's not
It's
her.
right there on the form.
He tells her she and her partner should move out,
Because if not, then we're going to come back and we're going to take you guys to jail.
but they refused.
Technically, I can't prove it, so she can still be a victim. And it's technically would be a civil ordeal.
And JSO hasn't taken them to jail.
Yeah, that seems like empty words to me.
News4JAX crime and safety analyst Lakeisha Burton, who spent decades on the force at JSO, says the officer did not have the authority to make an arrest on the spot.
As frustrating and heartbreaking as this situation is, through the legal lens,
Monica in the chat says never rent from a private person. I always go through property management. There's good points to that and bad. But you are more protected legally going through a property management company. That's true.
squatting is a
But your rent is going to be higher because the property management company is taking a chunk of your rent every month.
I like to rent from men that will accept sex instead of money for rent.
matter. So the officer followed the law.
The unwanted guest also seemed to know the law herself when the officer arrived, telling him her father, who sells houses, advised her she could continue living there.
But he told me I don't have to, so it's really up to him on what he does about for y'all. My dad said I don't have to.
People says she spent thousands of dollars in legal fees to get them evicted about a month later. She found the house like this.
Yeah, then they trashed it, man. That's so terrible.
People
it's all
says it's
fucked up.
$38,000.
Like, they didn't have to do that. There's no utility.
Worth of
it was
damage.
literally just them being like, oh, we're being forced to leave, so now we're going to fuck this
If I'm
place up.
squatting at your house and you call the cops on me, expect repercussions.
A high price on top of an expensive eviction, a lost offer on the house, and months worth of repairs.
I really felt naively that if someone breaks into your house and doesn't have legitimate paperwork, that this is a pretty cut and dried situation. It's quite frankly just the opposite.
I felt naively that we live in America where we should be able to own our own homes.
This deposit slip
But
in
it's
the
better now to rent from somebody so you can do this shit and live for free.
Trash once the two moved out. She's afraid someone else could get scammed.
It has become a trend here locally in Duval County over the last 2 years. So it's definitely something that we will have to look at legislatively to change. Because again,
everyone like the stream if you haven't already. Liking the stream is very beneficial. Also, I have the Streamlabs linked pinned there in the chat if you want to interrupt us with your $5 TTS. Do so. Disney board banned X-rated stores and liquor shops from property.
How dare they?
Let's see what this is all about.
Disney World's new governing board will be limited in what it can build moving forward. The Reedy Creek District agreed to ban a long list of businesses from the property before Governor Ron DeSantis appoints the current board.
Oh
Banned
my God.
businesses including tattoo parlors, adult entertainment locations, and oil refineries.
Why? What's wrong with tattoo parlors?
But they didn't include prisons. DeSantis has joked about building a new state prison near the theme park as his feud with Disney continues.
That's so weird that there's a governor feuding with Disney. I never thought that would happen.
I like how well he got along with Vince McMahon.
A lot of Republicans did. Santorum was McMahon's lawyer at one point. And obviously Linda McMahon worked for Trump, worked for the Trump administration. So they have pretty close ties to the Republican Party.
So is he going to name the prison he builds there Prisony-land?
Prisony-land. It would be Prisony World.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, probably. It'll be the least happiest place on earth.
There's a world of bars, there's a world of cells. With a world of scars and a world of smells. So much that we say that will lock you away. It's a prisony world.
After all.
After all.
Let's check out some other stuff. Let's check out the antagonisms. Dun, 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 dun.
I should turn off the goddamn internet.
Oh, don't touch me. Don't touch me. TV, are they going to touch me?
Boot up.
Say whole wheat. Y'all say bread, whole wheat, bread.
Whole wheat bread. That was from Dragon in the West.
Did they change Peter Pan? Beta races, they changed Peter Pan.
They probably took the Native American imagery out of it, right?
I don't know. I heard there's a new movie called Peter Pan and Wendy, and I heard Wendy is
the main character,
a girl boss.
Yeah.
That's cool. I like movies to be remade with the girl in power because women need to feel like they have power, even if it's only in Hollywood. Even if it's only in the movies. Because that's where most of us growing up got our power, believing that we were as hot and good looking as Luke Skywalker. Because
Until he got his face rearranged
because
in a
we watched
motorcycle
Luke
accident.
Skywalker. We were like, oh yeah, we're hot and good looking because we identify with Luke Skywalker.
I remember being a kid and wondering why Luke
I'm not
Skywalker looks so
resisting,
different.
So I'm insisting on your fisting.
No.
So Tucker Carlson is moving his show to Twitter. So Twitter is going to be a platform that's going to be hosting high-profile content now. And I heard that Elon Musk offered to let Don Lemon do a show on Twitter too.
Well, I don't think he's actually giving them contracts or anything.
No, but he's gonna make it available.
He's offering. He wants people on the left to make it a platform too.
Yeah, and he'll run ads on it. And let's see. Here's the announcement.
Hey, it's Tucker Carlson. You often hear people say the news is full of lies, but most of the time that's not exactly right. Much of what you see on television or read the New York Times is in fact true in the literal sense. It could pass one of the media's own fact checks. Lawyers would be willing to sign off on it. In fact, they may have. But that doesn't make it true. It's not true. At the most basic level, the news you consume is a lie of the stealthiest and most insidious kind. Facts have been withheld on purpose, along with proportion and perspective. You are being manipulated. How does that work? Let's see.
I want to see how his show's going to be different because he's blaming Fox News for kind of holding him back on giving his real opinions.
If I tell you that a man has been...
And we do know that in private he did not like Trump at all, but he championed Trump when he was in front of the camera.
Unjustly
Yeah, I guarantee you that he was a shill for Fox News. So it would be nice to see how he operates without those bindings.
For armed robbery, that is not, strictly speaking, a lie. He may have been framed. At this point, there's been no trial, so no one can really say. But if I don't mention the fact that the same man has been arrested for the same crime 6 times before, am I really informing you?
Well, technically,
No, I'm not.
yeah, because if he's been arrested for the same crime 6 times before, that still doesn't make him guilty.
No, it just makes him likely guilty. Like it makes him...
And so... Are we going to look at this current crime and judge him based off of his past instances?
Juries do that, yeah. They do that.
But
it's definitely... a criminal history is definitely relevant.
Does the jury of public opinion care? Is that fair?
I'm misleading you. And that's what the news media are doing in every story that matters, every day of the week, every week of the year. What's it like to work in a system like that? After more than 30 years in the middle of it, we could tell you stories. The best you can hope for in the news business at this point is the freedom to tell the fullest truth that you can. But there are always limits. And you know that if you bump up against those limits often enough, you will be fired for it. That's not a guess. It's guaranteed.
Everything in this place is completely wood paneled.
Yeah, I think they built him a shed to stream from, and it was wood paneled too.
Yep. He must be into that.
Every person who works in
it's like his log cabin.
English language,
is he a log cabin Republican?
Which media
He's probably compensating for something here.
Understands that. The rule of what you can't say defines everything. It's filthy, really, and it's utterly corrupting. You can't have a free society if people aren't allowed to say what they think is true. Speech is the fundamental prerequisite for democracy. That's why it's enshrined in the first of our constitutional amendments. Amazingly, as of tonight, there aren't many platforms left that allow free speech. The last big one remaining in the world, the only one, is Twitter.
The only
one is Twitter.
The last big one remaining, the only one. It's kind of a contradicting statement, isn't it?
Twitter has long served as the place where our national conversation incubates and develops. Twitter is not a partisan site. Everybody's allowed here, and we think that's a good thing. And yet, for the most part, the news that you see analyzed on Twitter comes from media organizations that are themselves thinly disguised propaganda outlets. You see it on cable news. You talk about it on Twitter.
This is a push towards video on Twitter.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's moving in that direction. Twitter wants to be a video platform.
Elon Musk is charging people $8 to put a stupid fucking badge next to their name,
which he devalued by doing that.
Nobody who actually needs one wants one anymore. And beyond that, this fucking he can barely afford. He can't afford to offer two-factor on the website. How's he going to be able to afford to get all the bandwidth for these videos? He had to shut off two-factor and put it behind a paywall. Personal security on the fucking Twitter. So stupid.
It may feel like a debate, but actually the gatekeepers are still in charge.
I got the only time I've ever gotten suspended on Twitter, it was for 24 hours, and it's because I posted a screenshot of you holding a gun to your head, like a prop gun to your head. It was ridiculous.
It was a real gun.
Oh, was it?
Yeah, but it was you being used as a prop.
We think that's a bad
Kind of like
system.
on the set of Rust.
I was going to say on the set of The Crow.
Oh, yeah.
We know exactly how it works, and we're sick of it. Starting soon, we'll be bringing a new version of the show we've been doing for the last 6.5 years to Twitter. We'll be bringing some other things too, which we'll tell you about. But for now, we're just grateful to be here. Free speech is the main right that you have. Without it, you have no others.
Oh, is that true? And you think we're going to get free speech on Twitter?
Here's Nick Fuentes having...
Tucker is salty that Jon Stewart has a TV show on Apple TV Plus and he's stuck on Twitter. I think it's time for a Tucker Carlson versus Jon Stewart anniversary rematch debate.
I think Tucker probably did very well compared to Jon Stewart monetarily. His platform on Fox News probably paid him more than Jon Stewart made in his Daily Show career and thus after. But Jon Stewart is a more likable, pleasant person, and I think he's gotten more respect throughout his colleagues than Tucker Carlson ever would. He should be jealous of that.
Jon Stewart's monthly income is estimated at $3 million a month.
Really?
They're estimating that he makes $24 million a year, and his current net worth is $160 million. Who knows how accurate this shit is, though?
Yeah. Look up my net worth.
Yeah, I've seen that. I've seen that. Let's see. And
Tucker Carlson's net worth is suggested by Forbes to be $370 million.
So higher than Jon Stewart. Okay. Here's Nick Fuentes getting into a bitch boy slap fight.
Bitch boy slap fight. Come on, everybody, get on the floor.
Let's hear what they say here.
Hey, don't fucking touch him. Stop. Just
Look at these little weenies.
don't fucking touch him. Stop. Just fucking stop.
You just walk away.
This is CPAC.
That was it.
That was cute.
Don't touch him.
Da-dun, da-dun, da-dun. Pew, pew. Da-dun, da-dun, da-dun. Should have given him a Stone Cold Stunner.
And Joe Biden, all of his pictures now is with a black man. You ever notice that? He always got his arm around a black man.
Does he?
I never seen a white president go more out of his way to have pictures with a black man than Joe Biden.
You mean like when he was the vice president for a black president?
I like how he says a white president.
Which is everyone ever except for one?
Yeah, he's like, okay, so I'll give you this. Obama did take pictures next to more black people.
Right.
God, it couldn't be any more transparent than that. Want to be seen with the minority. I need that minority vote, damn it.
They literally find all the black people at the Trump rallies and sit them right behind him.
That's ridiculous. Trump doesn't even do that, and he's more for everybody in America of all skin tones than Joe Biden ever thought about being.
And the best part about the Trump rallies when the black people are behind him is they all have that website.
Blacks for Trump.
And it's like the website they have is like a weird conspiracy theory website that's like...
Is it QAnon stuff?
No, it's like something... I'm pretty sure it has something to do with the... what Kanye was perpetuating on Twitter that got him banned. I think. I could be wrong about that. It's something weird like that, though.
Like some Black Hebrew Israelite stuff?
BBC,
Stuff like that.
BBC News? Okay, yeah.
Why is he talking about the BBC now?
Probably to it. Because I can think of no bigger suck-up to Barack Obama than Joe Biden.
Well, he was his vice president.
And we
Joe
know
Biden.
about Barack Obama and Michael, right? So there's no question about it. What about
My wife, Michael?
Bill Clinton got a taste of that cock too, because he When Obama came out on stage and put his arm around him, you couldn't hear what he said, but you could read his lips when he said, "This is my bitch." Right here. And Bill Clinton, when Obama came put his left arm around him, he goes, "Oh,
this is
God." Like that.
I love the homoerotic fantasies of Trumpster Bob.
Dude, Obama did fucking prison flex on Bill Clinton.
This is my bitch.
And then what about when Barack Obama started to kiss him?
Squirrel
He looked
master.
over at him and he went, and then Clinton said, "Nope, not in public." You could read the fucking lips, man.
Read the lips. Nope, not in public. My wife, Michael.
Into
Michael.
Bubba. He might be into Bubba. All the way he goes out of his way to take pictures with the black guys. It's incredible. It's incredible.
It's incredible. Bob is starting some kind of project that he wants me to be part of, but I haven't taken the time to look into like what it is, but I'll keep everyone posted on that. You know what? I was really surprised. There's a McDonald's menu item in Canada that I'm surprised we don't have here. And it's weird that they have it.
What do they have?
They have a double Big Mac with 4 beef patties on it.
Hmm.
And it's no McDonald's in the States that I'm aware of has that. They have like things you would assume like poutine there that we don't have here, but it's just weird that they have a double Big Mac and
McDonald's put a very bitchified menu out during COVID. So I wonder if they're not trying to push too much. I think they've had the chicken sandwich come out since then.
Yeah,
that was about it.
I think they've had the double Big Mac up in Canada for a while now.
I can never do anything.
Here's Dalton Piss Whistle.
Else again. I am, I mean, nigga, the Vanity fucking Fair wrote about me. You know what I mean? Like when you.
Oh, okay. So now you're salty because you can't do anything else but what you're doing now.
Ha ha.
Because you're a racist piece of shit.
Ha ha.
Yeah.
Fucking look up this shit. When you look up my fucking name, do you know what comes up?
Racist.
Like, bro.
Neo-Nazi.
Twerp.
You know what fucking comes up?
Oh, or does that video of you dancing in front of your high school classmates come up?
Cute.
Interracial dating, race realism with Bryson Gray, white nationalist Dalton Clodfelter, Gay is Right college tour Dalton Clodfelter, anti-Semite of the week,
The funny thing is that he is in a mixed race marriage.
Yeah.
But speaks out against it.
Yeah.
It's weird.
.com wrote traditional Catholics and white nationalist Dalton Clodfelter. Kanye West inspired anti-Semitic harassment.
Could you point out the lie for us, please?
Yeah,
Dalton?
I'm waiting.
We've seen a lot of videos of you.
Is Dalton Clodfelter the next Nick Fuentes?
No.
Hitler Youth without the Hitler. It's just
no. Actually, it's sad. You're doomed to be Nick Fuentes' crony.
Yeah, you're always going to be swinging under Nick's nuts.
Just endless online, and I asked for that.
You also got kicked out of the military.
I'm not trying to play a victim. I chose
talking in a victim tone.
I wanted to do this, but if it wasn't for you guys, I don't know what the fuck I'd do.
I hear some regret in his voice. I do hear some regret.
Man, I really have no idea. Literally have no idea.
He was a disc jockey for a little while too. I found I did some a deep dive on him.
This guy?
Yeah, Dalton Clodfelter was like a disc jockey at a rock radio station.
It was like a college rock radio station?
No, I think it was a real.
How fucking old is he?
Probably 25, 26, something like that.
He was interning then, probably.
Maybe.
And it was probably an alt-right rock station.
I did. No, it
Run
wasn't.
by Ted
it was
Nugent.
No, it was just like a normal. It was before he started those views.
TV on Reddit, apparently.
I knew people because I DJ'd at the University of Toledo radio station for a couple years, and there were a lot of people that actually were communications majors that did that. And after they graduated at 23 years old, 22, 23 years old, they went and started working as DJs almost right away.
The list goes on. I'm telling you, the list goes on.
Yes, these are all things that you've done, right?
Yeah. Publicly on the internet.
So,
you mean you're being held accountable in the court of public opinion for the things you've done? I can't say that I feel too bad for you.
I'd feel bad if it wasn't true and he was just being slandered by that kind of shit, but he put it all out there himself. He was unapologetic about it.
I wouldn't even feel bad if it wasn't true, because even if it wasn't true, he could just, work on bettering his image. Like you could still better your image right now, but instead you want to whine and cry about it to your little fans, so they send you their fucking little tchotchkes.
I like how before he started complaining about how his reputation is ruined, he said the N-word like right at the very beginning of it. Like, okay, that's part of the reason.
Yeah, I've been through the fucking ringer, and it's not easy on my family. It's not easy on myself, and it's not easy on even some of my friends. I mean, I've had friends from the Army get doxxed. I've had people go after people that I've known since high school, and it really fucking sucks. I decided to be a black guy on an Instagram live. I decided to say the N-word. I decided to say that I love Hitler and I love everybody.
Yeah, you did.
I decided to say that I believe in an authoritarian.
Was it worth it?
Government. And now I'm here.
Yep. Wow, dude, that sums it up. I can see the regret just like oozing out of him.
Cute. Let's see if he changes. But no, he started this whole conversation dropping the bomb.
He could flip it, because I've seen a lot of people do this. I was sucked into the alt-right pipeline. I've seen so many people flip it and then come back out of it like, what's his name? Hunter Avalon, who wasn't a neo-Nazi, but he was like a far-right conservative kind of guy, and now he's the opposite of that.
Yeah, I'm sure he could flip it. I'm sure he's that disingenuous with all the things he says and does. It would be an easy flip. But there's the problem. I don't think anybody would care to listen to him if he flipped.
Depending on how good he did it.
I think he's kind of a fucking weenie, and people know that. And the only way he makes any money in his life is capitulating to the same bitch-ass audience he's cultivated here.
Here is... Let's just see what this is. This is something...
This happened on Saturday, May the 6th, at about 8:30 p.m. There was a man and a woman...
He said a boot. He's definitely Canadian, and actually he does have...
You can tell he's got the flag, and they have the...
the boot, like, made my...
The logo in the background, too.
My Canadian spidey sense. Yeah, York...
who had just exited a liquor store in the area of Jane Street and Major Mackenzie Drive West in the city of Vaughan.
Major Mackenzie.
As they exited the store.
LCBO. That's where you buy liquor in Canada.
There was a group of males in a vehicle who had attended the area. And one of those suspects approached the man and woman and started making...
It stands for the Liquor Control Board of Ontario. I remember... Because you can't buy alcohol in the places we would expect to buy alcohol from, especially in Ontario. You have to go to like the beer store, or you have to go to the LCBO.
Or the duty freeze at the border.
Well, that's a different story, yeah.
Comments about the alcohol that had been purchased, making comments about the appearance of the liquor containers, and made some anti-gay slurs while doing so. The woman stepped between the two males to intervene to try to prevent something from happening, and she was actually assaulted in the process.
Yeah, there was a Bud Light related assault.
Of that.
Nice.
Two other males from the vehicle got involved, and altogether 3 suspects assaulted the male and the female victims. Now, the guy was knocked down to the ground, and the woman was assaulted to the point where she actually required medical attention at a hospital afterwards. So a bystander is reported to have intervened, and that caused the suspects to flee. They got into a black Nissan SUV with license plate CLHL 733 and made good their...
I'm getting, like, all these Canadians are telling me, like, the liquor rules there. Yeah, it's like a provincial thing. I've only been to 3 Canadian provinces. I've been to Ontario, I've been to Quebec, and I've been to British Columbia, and those are the only provinces I've been to.
Ben doesn't need to know the liquor rules to know that liquor rules.
It does rule. It does.
Escape.
And your money is magnetic. See, this is a magnet that I wear over my nose at night to hold my nose open so I can breathe. And I, through this, discovered that your money is magnetic. Our coins are not magnetic.
You're going to fall asleep with that on.
With
those coins are going to fall over your eyes, and people are going to think you're dead.
Cool. That's what I want.
They're going to think that someone put those 2 coins over your eyes to pay the toll into heaven.
The 27-year-old.
Yeah, who would have known it was 225 Canadian?
But I mean, you might want to keep those away from that nose in case someone walks into your house and thinks you're dead.
Treated in hospital.
And you don't wake up, and then they take you to the coroner.
Cool.
Released, and
I want that.
26-year-old victim didn't require.
Did you see the Coronation this week?
Now,
I watched
believe that
some
there was
of
a
it.
crowd of people in the area at the time that this occurred, and
Did you see the death?
we would like to
The Reaper was at the Coronation. They had the death walking by when the
There was
Coronation-
protesting and shit going on.
There was
right?
like a clip from the doorway behind it, and there was like the Grim Reaper just walks by.
Yeah.
It was psycho. He might show up if you keep those coins too close to your eyes, Ben. It's scary. Might not want to have those pieces of silver too close when the Reaper's walking around. It's nice to know that our king's official.
There's this part where they had like this boys' choir, and they were saying "Long live Queen Camilla" in Latin.
Yeah.
But it sounded like they were saying, "We love vagina, Camilla.
We do.
We love vagina, Camilla."
Do we have a clip of that? Are we gonna get?
Let me see. Hold on. Let me see if this is.
We get shut down if we listen
Nah,
to
I
"We
don't
Love
think so.
Vagina, Camilla."
Camilla.
We
love vagina, Camilla. Hold on.
We'd rather hit Diana though. Got to put that to a beat. We love vagina, Camilla. Ooh.
Hold on. I think I have it here. I saw Howard Stern goofing on it recently, and that's where I learned this thing. But let me here. I'm just gonna play it here. So hold on.
Love vagina, Camilla. And it was very, I was like, here is I love vagina. Listen carefully.
I love vagina, Camilla.
Wow.
Yeah. Camilla.
It's
catchy.
We should just listen to the original clip because, we do what Howard Stern does on this show.
Oh, someone.
We could.
Yeah, I didn't know where to find it. Like, I had trouble finding it. Come on, dude.
Oh.
Someone else
It's
just
all
sent
over
it.
the internet.
Someone else just sent it to me. Well, I mean, the whole Coronation is all over the internet.
Yeah, you
but
just search for Vagina Camilla and it will come up.
I did, but I couldn't find it, so I just played that. But looks like someone sent me a good clip of it, so I'll have it in just a second here.
Nice. Now we can do the thing Howard Stern did, but we get the credit for it.
I mean, we get it anyway.
Not if we play Howard Stern, it takes away from our credit.
No, it doesn't.
Yeah, everybody's like, oh, Howard Stern did it first. I'm like, shit.
I don't think that's what's happening.
I'm pretty...
Someone asked why I was crabby, but I don't feel like I've been crabby, but I am tired because I have a dog that's 17 years old, and she is not doing well, and I have to do everything for her, including squeeze the pee-pee out of her bladder because she can't do it on her own. So I wake up 3 or 4 times a night to express the bladder of a dog. And it's insanely physically and emotionally draining on me. So if I seem out of it, that's part of the reason.
And if I seem out of it, it's because I have to do that to myself.
You have to squeeze the pee-pee out of your bladder?
But no
like with your
longer
hands?
works. Yep.
Dude, I had to learn. I watched YouTube videos to learn how to do it. Like, you can feel the full bladder like a little balloon. and then you push like up and together like that, and the pee just comes out, and it's crazy how much pee can be in a dog.
I like to do that to girls during sex.
No, you don't.
Yeah, they can't control their bladder at that point. I push right towards the bladder and they pee all over.
It's probably a lot harder to do it to a human than to
It
a dog
is.
because it's in like a totally different place.
Yeah, it's really hard.
But yes, expressing the bladder. I almost have the clip here. I'll have it in just a second here.
For the tip train.
Tip train. Thank you.
Alex Leon
I
getting us over
appreciate
10% of the way to the goal.
Yeah.
If only we had 10 more shows this week, we'd be on pace to make the goal.
Yeah, I mean, we got another show tomorrow, and then we won't be here on Friday, and then Saturday we got another show. And it's gonna get hot here too. Like we're gonna be.
Werewolf King says built is gross. Who's built? B-I-L-L-T.
Built.
Built is gross.
Built. All right, here. I literally think it means long live Queen Camilla in Latin. I think is what they're.
Choo choo. See, I think what it means is I love vagina Camilla. She is so happy right now.
Did King Charles write this song for her? Like, I love your vagina.
I think so.
Camilla.
Yeah. Like, why would they sing it in Latin? Is that just tradition?
Yeah, I mean, Latin is the language of the old empire.
Like,
so
we
I mean, in Catholicism, which Catholicism was the original religion of Britain, and then it became its own church, but it was all done. It was all done in Latin.
Like, we don't have a recording of previous coronations. I
think there's a recording of the one from 70 years ago.
Would we have a queen saying like,
yeah, they did this.
We love vagina, Elizabeth.
Yeah, basically, yeah.
I want to hear that. I want to hear a collection of all the vagina songs. Vagina Camilla, but I'd rather do anal with Diana. I'd probably throw out Diana. I'll titty fuck Meghan Markle. That's Latin too.
I love Diana Camilla. Wow.
Ouch.
It sounds more like I love vagina, but that's.
How many of you spent time with Epstein? Vivat Regina Camilla?
That's what they're actually saying.
Wow. Who would have thought we would have heard anything else?
Yeah.
All these kids, like there's got to be like 7 kids in that choir that are just singing I Love Vagina because they don't give a fuck, dude. It's funny.
Yeah, we used to have to sing this song in church, and it was, prepare ye the way of the Lord. But we used to sing, my pee-pee is hairy the way of the Lord.
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
Ben, you were in a Catholic school.
Yeah, I was.
If God was real, you'd be fucked.
I don't care.
At the time,
we're fucked anyway if God's real. No one can live up to the standard.
I can.
No, you couldn't. You've already committed unforgivable sins as far as Catholicism is concerned.
Not if I'm God, which I believe. So I would be fine.
So cringy.
I would
Anyway,
be fine.
We're going to move on to something else. Here we go. Yeah, like if in my hometown, if you wanted to learn Latin as your foreign language, you had to go to a Catholic school. Before the Vatican Council changed everything, every Catholic mass was in Latin. No matter where in the world you were, all of them were in Latin. And then they did a reform in, I believe, the 60s, the Vatican II Council, and that's when they started allowing people to do church in the local language rather than Latin. And back in the day, the priest used to face away from the congregation, but they changed it to so he faced towards the congregation. Women used to have to cover their heads in when they entered a church too, and they changed that.
That's why they had the nun things.
I
Is
love
that
Diana.
the
Camilla.
habits?
I'm still broken up about the car crash.
Some nuns still wear habits, but it was any woman, regardless if they were a nun or not.
R.I.P. and peace, Princess Diana. I can't believe that the royals took a hit out on your life.
Dude, I don't know if you heard about this. Did you know King Cobra auditioned for American Idol back in the day?
I had
Yeah.
no idea.
Check this out.
This is when it was COVID, so he had to audition from home. I heard he hooked up with Paula Abdul.
He might have. I think the Cold-Hearted Snake song was written about Josh. He's a cold-hearted snake. Look into his eyes. Even though that song probably came out before Josh was born.
It was still writing about him. This is beautiful.
Andy?
God.
Oh, look at that. Cobra can sing like Bruno Mars.
It wasn't a great audition, Joshua.
Oh, no.
Joshua, you've got a great attitude.
Shut the fuck up.
Joshy.
Oh, the drip, not cool. He looks lit.
He's got a Baja Blast right there.
And a matching shirt. I like that.
Fuck the haters talking shit. I'm doing shit with my life.
Joshua,
Hell
I think
yeah.
that I think you got a lot of
Fuck the haters!
Just the way you are.
Give me a break.
See?
Classic. Sunday night at the Cobra Cantina.
YouTube, it's your boy Cobra. Back at it with another video. You know that my trolls make me happy when they bully me?
Yes.
Because it shows I'm more famous than they are and they have no life.
Hell yeah.
So thanks for giving me attention. It just shows I'm famous and you're not. Yeah, and the trolls can't stand it when I have things that make me happy in my life. And
What if somebody got famous off of hating King Cobra, but they got like more famous than Cobra?
I'm trying to think how that would be possible.
Like if Bite-Sized Cobra just blew up.
But all he does, he doesn't even hate on him. He just edits. He makes his content more palatable. He doesn't hate it.
Like what if there was like a Perez Hilton that only talked about King Cobra? Like one of these T channels blew up, and they own if Leafy is here was super famous and Cobra was there, would Cobra then like not have that defense anymore? Right?
I ended up finding out that Bite-Sized Cobra is the same person that does the Grease Wizard channel. He's like a British guy.
I don't know what the Grease Wizard channel is.
I think that's another name they have for Cobra. Grease Wizard.
Josh should eat some magic mushrooms. Maybe it would help tame his autistic rage.
Are you sure he hasn't done that?
He needs some high blood pressure meds.
I bet you he's done magic mushrooms, or unless you can't get a hold of them.
Fuck sickos and fuck my trolls.
But I don't know who the Boglum Chronicles person is, but they're in our chat every now and then too. They've both of the like Cobra clip channels have been in our chat.
Look at that drink combo with a glass.
We play their clips often.
All right, so go.
Who's that on the thing?
It's oh god, I can't remember.
Sydney Watson.
I think it's Danny. No, that is not Sydney Watson. I think her name's Danny Devine.
Huh.
Yes,
Danny
Devine.
Live on my computer is just not working for some odd reason, so we're gonna go live on the phone. Our drink combo is gonna consist of some sparkling water.
Is he talking to her, or is he fapping to her? Why is she
He's
up on the screen?
definitely not talking to. I think it's his wallpaper on his computer.
3 shooters of 99 proof peaches, banana, and pineapple, and some of that mango orange sun-kissed. All right.
This actually doesn't sound like a terrible drink combo.
Let's go.
Cobra calls this the pink pussy passion.
Oh, that's potent. Whew. It's not that bad going bald. You just accept it. If you can afford hair plugs or treatment.
At what point is accepting going bald not shaving it? I thought accepting it was going like Clint and shaving it all off. Like this, you haven't accepted it yet.
I think you accepted that it's happening, but
okay, because you're still holding on to the idea that you're not.
You know. Oh, look at that. Brandon's being a troll. Thank you for your 23 cents, Brandon.
I honestly think shaving it would be too much upkeep for him, and he would fall out of it eventually.
Fuck it.
Because you'd have to shave it like once a week, maybe once every other week.
It goes and power to the people.
I think if he saw the benefits of it, like if he shaved his head, went out public, and was like, "Oh, dude,
Well, there you go.
Your
He's
hair
not
looks
going to go out in
great.
public.
Your hair looks great."
Well, he hears that. He hears people giving him compliments all the time,
That's
even when it's
true.
not actually happening.
Dude, they really do. Like, I don't know what the fuck I did to piss off so many people. Ryan, thank you for your 10 cents. Hey, Cobes, pretty sure your friend, or not mine, but, you know, that's disgusting. I hate sickos. A circle of protection around
Now,
your son.
Teddy Rubskin's in the chat and says shaving your head ain't easy. If you had longer arms than a teddy bear, you would be able to shave easier.
It's still not easy. It's way easier to have someone else do it.
Ryan, and fuck Shane.
We really got to get Cobra
for
a
doing that
girlfriend.
shit. I fucking hate sickos, man. Kids are more precious than rock and roll. Who does
Cobra's
that?
dad is marketing himself as an intimacy choreographer.
So it's like tantric kind of shit.
Can he please give his son some lessons?
He doesn't want to give his son lessons.
He should. Be a better dad, Clint. Teach your son how to fuck majestically.
Gavin says, here's $1 in Cash App for it better not go live, boy, you lizard fucker. And I'm like, hey, Gavin, why the fuck do you want to fuck my lizard? I'll go live when I want to. I think Gavin needs psychological help.
Gavin is one of his big trolls right now.
Fact. He needs
For me and your PayPal, Gavin, own your sad little sicko butt. That's hilarious. Because if you owned me, you wouldn't be paying me money. That's not how bullying works, you fucking retard. And furthermore, I hate sickos more than I love Ozzy Osbourne. I don't know what's so fucking hard about that.
I saw the Ozzy Osbourne cutout in the background. I knew it was there from before, but the first second I saw it, I thought he had a girl over in the background because the long black hair and the standing behind him. I was like, oh, there's a girl over. I was like, fuck, it's the Ozzy cutout.
Yes.
Real talk, I would sacrifice getting signed by Sharon Osbourne to end sickos in all forms.
Nice.
That's how visibly fucking disgusted I am by sickos.
Cobes is way
And
more
furthermore,
committed to ending
Ozzy
sickos than I am. I'm not even committed enough to ending sickos to stop being one.
Osbourne's health is more important, in my personal opinion. You know, my trolls love to harass Ozzy Osbourne because he's one of my favorite singers, but all that does is get Ozzy Osbourne to figure out who the fuck I am, you know.
Nice.
fucking A.
Aaron McBriar says he's been in regular daily contact with Elisa Jordana, and not just on her streams, but he will be going to work for her full time in a few months.
Good luck.
And he shouted out DP to her peeps. Thanks for keeping the word out there, Aaron. I can't wait to see your work. I'm excited to see what you do.
Yeah, and I know Elisa. Like, we DM every now and then, on occasion.
I went outside to have a cigarette, and I legitimately found a free pack of menthols. I was just like, word? Just sitting around doing nothing. I'm like, whoop, I want to swipe those. Now, the woman who came to talk to me from Metro said I was doing 90% better than most reptile owners. And considering that I have no experience
from Metro, what does that mean?
Raising reptiles, I'm doing pretty good.
Might
So what-
be Metro Pet, like whatever the Wyoming Pet Board is, might be under Metro. Here in Seattle, they have Metro runs the buses, and Metro also runs the sewers.
King County Metro.
Yeah, here in Seattle. That's what they do. King County Metro for
There's
sewers
two-
and bus lines.
There's two bus companies in Seattle. It's Sound Transit and King County Metro. They're
Yeah.
like two separate entities, but they work together.
Whatever I'm doing, it's working.
And then there's what is it called? Snohomish has their
Community
own
transit.
community transit.
Yeah.
Yep.
But
Yeah.
maybe Metro is their pet program.
My trolls are so fucking jealous that Puff makes me happy. It's just like, dude, maybe if you got a pet of your own, you could spend less time.
Yeah, Hawkeye
harassing
says
Cobra.
Sound Transit is larger than just King County.
Yeah,
I wasn't
Sound Transit is the whole sound
I wasn't
area.
going to say anything because I didn't think it mattered, but
yeah, Sound Transit.
King County is Seattle's bus line.
Yes.
But I've just decided to have a new attitude towards my YouTube trolls, which is you make me happy when you harass me because it shows I'm famous and you're not. I don't gotta go out of my way to harass my YouTube
Aaron McBriar in the chat again says, thanks, guys. Longtime fan of DP from way back. My first regular podcast. I've been a fan of Elisa since I was a kid, and I loved her old band, Cobra Starship. Aaron, I'm saying your name twice here now in this stream tonight because we're setting a precedent, Aaron. I want to follow your entire career with Elisa. I want to see where this goes. When I see you with Elisa, everybody's gonna be like, "Hey, this is the Aaron McBriar and Elisa work. We gotta check it out on DP." So you got a lot to live up to. Ladies and gentlemen watching right now, send in your comments, your questions, and your desires. Send in your deepest desires. And I'll give you all the help you need to sustain a better lifestyle in the future. Elisa is very nice. She's a great person. She's also probably a sociopath, which makes me respect her more than most people. Elisa would let me lick the inside of her mouth. Teddy, you are close to a dog. You have those little cute consistencies that a puppy has. Saban says, I desire to have a passive income source sufficient to live with dignity, not luxury. I recommend in that case that you buy some property. And if you can't get actual property like land property, find properties that you can rent out to people. Like maybe you rent out some bicycles. Find an area where there's bicycle renting, but start working into self-sufficient businesses where you can own and rent to people, and make sure maybe a laundromat. If you can get a laundromat business in a nice area where people need to do laundry, you could probably live with dignity, but you have to work your way up. Any other questions or comments about your future? Because I can and I will offer you advice that will change your life. Shabisky asks, who's this sexy hunk of man on the screen? Now, I don't know if you remember, Shabisky, when you came to Seattle to hang out with Ben. I was the big fat guy that was here with you, Billy. We took a picture together. It was a really cute picture. I believe you posted it to Twitter. Or did I post it? I don't remember. But that's me. I'm Billy. Stephen Andrews 777 says desires ... LOL. Are you laughing at the idea that people would have desires, or are you laughing at the idea that you would not be burnt out from having your soul destroyed constantly to the point where you no longer desire? Yes, I was the guy that kissed you after we took a pics together. That was me. That's me. That was me. Mr. Morton says I only go to laundromats to get quarters. I mean, why do you need so many quarters? Yes, Steve Anderson says, I'm laughing at myself. I'm too far away from breaking even to worry about my desires. Well,
Is this the real Louis C.K., or is it a parody account?
it says Louis KC, so it's probably a parody.
It says the ad is not Louis C.K.
I would say that's not Louis C.K. Since the title says Louis KC.
I don't know.
Well, why do you ask, Ben?
I'm just wondering, because he gets like crazy traffic. And the stuff he says are legitimately funny, but I don't know if it's really him or not.
Brian Forsey, undercover super agent, says it's real.
Is it real?
It's real. It's real.
Yeah.
Monica says, I want to meet you guys. Monica, one day, Drunken Peasants will have a meetup, and everybody will be able to come to the meetup. It's been 5 years since our last meetup.
Thought it's been longer than that.
I'm pretty sure the last meetup wasn't it in May? Or was it
was that a meetup?
Or was it in 2023? Or no, it's 2018, right? Wasn't it? No, it was 2017. Yeah, so 6 years.
Yeah.
And it was not May, was it? I can't remember. Was it July?
Is this the real Louis C.K.?
2017 was the last one. Boom, boom. Where's the real CK?
Oh, shit. I gotta... Hold on.
Because
Sorry.
I'm not the real Louis CK, if that's what people are asking. Everything is amazing, and nobody is happy.
Get banned, troll. You're not even the real Louis C.K.
Why would the people ask if this is a parody? It is. The real Louis C.K. would have more than 101,000 followers. It says Louis KC, not Louis C.K. People say this is the real Louis C.K. I don't know if it is. I don't believe it is.
Someone let me know. Do the research. Figure out. Is it the real Louis C.K.?
But we also did a meetup at Dick Masterson's show, which is basically like a DP
Not really. I went to Dick Masterson's show, but it wasn't a meetup. Like, there weren't people that went there because they knew we were going to be there. We did run into a few people that I had known that had watched the show, but...
And we did go to VidCon one year and touch tips. And then we went to VidCon another year, but did barely anything together because I got COVID.
I would say if this isn't the real Louis C.K., he just got approved for like subscriptions on Twitter, and he gets a lot of traffic.
You can buy the blue check mark, right?
No, yeah, I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about the subscription status where you can like accept money for subscriptions for like exclusive content. But yeah, we could do a meetup. We were going to do one in 2020, but everything closed down.
Yeah.
We were planning for 2020.
Because Ben was going to hire fucking Teddy Hart to wrestle me.
Yeah, that was going to be awesome. Yeah, see, I'm on the fence about whether or not that's the real Louis C.K. Someone let me know. Someone figure that out.
I don't know why anybody thinks it's the real Louis C.K., but if it is...
If I go to Google and type in official Twitter Louis C.K., that one does come up. But I don't know.
Rolls to get inside their fucking head.
And it just started... That account just started tweeting in like October of last year. So it hasn't even been around that long.
All you gotta do is go live.
Yeah. Representative of Necromancer says parody. Why are we questioning?
Because Louis C.K. would joke that his own real account is a parody. He would do that.
Is that something he would do?
I think so.
And to piss off my YouTube trolls who are jealous of Puff, it's like, trolls lose. So check that out. That's available on my t-shirts, man. I hate sickos more than I love church bells, to be honest. Now, my favorite form of church bells would be the Carrol, although I do appreciate an old-school rope-rung bell.
Clock Tower Dream
Be a
House.
chime master, because that's the truth. Fuck child molesters, dude. And then it says, fuck sickos and fuck the trolls. Look at that, on point.
On point.
Excuse me. Yes.
That's a Cobra
Sicko
cough.
Hunting t-shirt. That's right. If you hate sickos, check out the t-shirts. Like, how miserable are my fucking YouTube trolls? Like, Cobra, you better not go live, boy. Like, no one's forcing you to watch my videos, dude. I win because you go out of your way to fucking harass me. Cobra doesn't go out of his way to harass my trolls. I'll let my fans deal with that.
Hey guys, welcome back to another try-on video. Today we're going to be trying on some
Whoa.
Skims bikinis.
Oh, he's watching her put on bikinis.
Ooh, I can't watch that right now. It's gonna get me all excited on YouTube, and I have to wait till I get off camera to do some stuff.
I've seen him like be in like a group chat and be like, I gotta go fire one off, and then he leaves to go jerk off to Chatterbait, and then he comes back.
How would my trolls feel if, like,
Bikini try-on haul.
they were showing off their YouTube pet on their pet on YouTube, and they were just like, yeah, fuck Cobra. And then all my fans started creating fake Craigslist ads and putting my trolls' personal cell phone numbers with the ad and their personal addresses and all this crap. You know, they'd hate it. My trolls could not stand 5 minutes being harassed.
Oh, Bustelo is quoting that sicko Louis C.K. Could you believe Louis C.K. said this to a woman? I find you attractive and would enjoy a coffee type transaction with you. That sick fuck.
You know, another thing I want to point out about this Louis C.K. account is who follows it.
You jerked off in front of the
account? You always take it there.
That's what he got. That's what he got charged with.
So I see he didn't get charged with
in the
anything.
public eye. He had his movie pulled.
So Brian Redband, Jillian Barberie, John Cena, Steve-O.
John Cena follows me. I think he would follow a fake Louis C.K.
Are you wait? I'm reading the other people. So like Steve-O follows him, who doesn't follow a lot of people, and then Crip Daddy. That's interesting.
Maybe it's Crip Daddy's account.
I don't think so.
Maybe it's Brian Redband's parody account.
Jillian Barberie.
Maybe it's her parody account.
Fuck sickos. Dude. Because my trolls don't have a hobby in life. They don't. They're miserable, dude.
Does anybody
100%.
who was really close with Louis C.K. follow it? Like
who?
I don't know. Like any old school comedians, like guys that he did work with. Does Jim Norton follow it?
Let me see.
Once you hit Jillian Barberie, I was kind of
on my paper route back in the day were
kind of on board.
And I went out of my way to make sure that my elderly customers could easily reach their paper without having to bend over, and they really appreciated that because your boy Cobra has mad respect for his elders. That's just how it's always been, you know. At the Cobra's Cantina.
Yeah.
Prettiest drink combos you've ever seen. At the Cobra's Cantina. Buy an album, please. And you know what I mean.
Beautiful.
Hey, Jew. It's like Cobra.
Could you imagine being in love with King
like
Cobra
if Ozzy-
and he's
No.
singing this and you're just swooning for him as you're watching? Your heart is pitter-pattering.
Is that the Donald Trump version of swooning?
Yes.
Osborne and Trevor Phillips from Grand Theft Auto 5 had a baby with fetal alcohol syndrome. You fucking retard. I'm not gonna answer the fucking door just because someone's knocking at it. It's probably one of my fucking asshole YouTube trolls trying to fucking fuck with me and shit. Like, oh.
Elliot Van Way says, I wonder if DP ever tried to get Brian Redband on, even in the past. That would have been a good move.
No, I've never. Me and him would have a lot to talk about, though.
Brian Redband used to work
We're both
for
Ohio
Battlecam.
boys.
He used to work for Battlecam when me and Joe were working down there.
Yeah.
He was there doing shows around the tail end of our career there. He was a good guy. And Tony Hinchcliffe was doing shows there too.
Another Ohio boy.
Yeah.
A lot of Joe Rogan's friends are from Ohio. Like Jamie that runs his show is from Ohio, too.
You know why?
I don't know.
The only people that'll work for him.
Oh, I see.
Oh my God, we got
Hilarious.
someone to interrupt Cobra's stream because we can't stand when he goes live. And it's like the door's locked, so I'm not going to get up and answer it. I'm completely taking the fucking fun out of what my trolls are doing to me right now by not answering that door. If it's a fucking stupid DoorDash order, then just leave it at my fucking apartment door and I'll get it after the stream. If it's some fucking asshole from the fake Craigslist ad being like, oh, is your...
Teddy Robson says, why does Cobra get so much hate?
I have to come clean. I am Louis C.K. I
Fuck.
was trying to keep a low profile.
I knew it.
all
Thank
this
you, Louis.
time. Now that I have come clean, can I jerk it in front of you?
You did come clean. Your cum is clean. So Teddy said, why does Cobra get so much hate? He responds, he not only responds to the trolling, he like puts it front and center. He is he's a perfect example of what you shouldn't do when someone's trolling you.
Cobra is unapologetically himself, and some people can't handle that.
Lizard
They hate
for
on him.
sale. It's like, no, dude, my bearded dragon Puff is not for sale. He's in a loving and caring home.
Yeah, he feeds it. Literally, his phone number gets leaked, and he gets a bunch of text messages. And what most people would do, if you handle it right, is ignore the text messages. But he calls it out on stream and then responds with a voice message. So they're getting like a free voice message. He's rewarding them for doing what they're doing.
They're rewarding him.
You know what I'm saying?
They make him the man he is.
I'm not gonna fucking answer that goddamn door, so they might as well just fucking go away. I hear him knocking on my fucking door, and I'm like, dude, fuck off. My lizard's not for sale.
Yeah.
Did you realize that my neighbors watch my videos?
He always says this. His neighbors watch his videos. His landlord watches his videos. The cops in Casper watches videos.
So that when I go live, everyone in my building is just like, yeah, it's that guy.
It'd be great. It'd be great if when he goes live, you could hear his entire apartment complex like cheering, like because they all see they got alive. They're all like, "Huzzah! The king is alive!"
I'm gonna try to trigger everyone's personal assistant right now. Okay, Google, Alexa. Hi, Siri. Okay, Google, Alexa. Hi, Siri.
That my neighbors and my landlord are a fan of my videos, and that at this point you're just wasting your time trying to troll Cobra because you're jealous. And that's not enough. Now they gotta create fake Craigslist ads and be like, oh, yeah. And I'm like, I'm not gonna fucking answer the door and be like, oh, hey, is it for sale? And I'm like, no, it's not. My lizard is not for sale. My bearded dragon is in a very...
Oh, shit. Hi, Bixby.
Very happy and loving home, you know? And if that wasn't the truth, then the fucking chick from Metro wouldn't have been like...
And I'm going to try and wake up your grandpa. Hi, pedophile. Because your grandpa is a diddler.
Okay.
That was the punchline to your joke.
90% of the assholes that I encounter on a daily
You
basis.
did the setup. I did the punchline. Saban 97 said my grandpa is dead.
So's mine. Both of mine.
I will say this. That's where
it's funny how
that's
we
where
always
pedophiles should be.
It's funny how we always venture into that territory.
I'm not answering that
It's all your
fucking
fault.
door.
No, it's not.
It's all your
my
fault,
stream.
man.
I am gonna get up though and like refill my drink combo mug. 1 second.
Hi, Bixby.
Because I do want to sing some Black Sabbath. Craigslist ad is fake. As I was
You woke up my
walking to
grandpa, damn it.
fridge, I shouted, "The Craigslist ad is fake, and they need to leave me the fuck alone." Got some 99 proof apples.
Ooh. So it's 99 apple. It's like 99 bananas.
Yeah, 99 apples, 99
Like if I'm
all the
going
fruit
live
bullshit.
right now, then there's a good chance that half of my neighbors in my building are going to be watching.
Oh yeah.
And it's like
everyone in his building is just like sitting in front of their computers.
I don't gotta fucking do shit.
Egged, I see you now, Egged. Egged, I realize because we're in the Egged break part of the Egged cycle. But I just want to point out, currency in the account is the best way to get a belt. And I feel like you could win currency in the account. It's your choice, but you do this all the time where you're like, I need to take a break. The break doesn't do anything for you, by the way. It doesn't help anything. All it does is prolong the inevitable of you getting your title back again, Egged. I'm just saying, like... I'm not that worried, though, because I think even with currency in the account, you couldn't take the title from me. Just saying.
You know? 99 proof apples, then we got some of that cinnamon 99 proof. Black cherry. God damn, look at all them.
Is he mixing all the flavors?
Oh, shit. butterscotch.
Egged, this always happens. You lose, and instead of just being like, "Oh, I lost," you get all crazy and depressed, and you get into people's DMs, and they tell you to take a break. But in reality, it's not a therapeutic break for you, Egged. You are like literally, you're the star of Actual Mania, Egged. Even me as world heavyweight champion can say that to you. You are the star. Okay? You don't, I mean, like, you could take a break. That's fine. It's within your will, but you don't need it. You don't need the break. You don't need it. You need that belt back, though. I know you're waiting to get that belt back. Or someone else's belt. You can try to take mine. You could do it. Currency in the account.
Oh, did the asshole
Show us what it's like without you, Egghead. Stay away.
That's fine.
Stay away, Egghead.
That's fine. If you want, because if you stay away long enough, your star will fade on its own. Right now, you're a staple of Actual Mania. You stay away long enough, people are gonna. You're just gonna be. You're gonna be dust in the wind, Egghead. You're gonna be dust in the wind.
Let everybody else see what it's like to work without you here, Egghead.
You do it. Do what you want to do.
Go back to Earth. Visit your grandpa. The legendary Star-Lord will return.
Hey, it's true. Egged, I just gave you a compliment, so don't get offended by what I said.
Knocking at my door.
Am I saying Actual Mania runs off of you? No, it'll keep running without you, but I'm saying your constant presence is a hallmark of the event.
We just want to bait your donos while people fight with you.
Because they realize they're being a piece of shit. I'm like, dude, if you got a problem with me, kiss my ass.
So, since we're on the subject of Actual Mania, I want to point out that the card is, in many ways, already decided. So I'll let you guys know a little bit of the main event. The main event is going to be a mask versus hair match, which is a classic lucha libre thing where like the American wrestler with long hair puts his hair on the line against the luchador with his mask, and they're going to go head to head, and the winner gets to keep their hair or mask, and they get a one-on-one shot against the World Heavyweight Champion at SummerSlam. That's what we're working towards. So it would be the Star Spangled Luchador versus Simple Country. One-on-one for a title shot at SummerSlam. A hair versus mask match. I don't know. I see Star Spangled Luchador. I know Simple Country's agreed to it. I don't know if Star Spangled Luchador... Oh, Simple Baldy coming soon. There it is. There it is. So that's the main event, and we're going to have the currency in the account match, which is open to anyone who wants to be in it. If you win, you get a title shot at any point. And if you do it after the champ that you want to challenge just has a match, we're going to subtract whatever their opponent got from their percentage against you. So I think every time someone's cashed it in, it's been successful. I think 100% of the time there was a new champion crowned. So something to think about. And we might have a few other matches, but the currency in the account's going to take up a lot of time. Because I'm planning on getting like 10 to 15 people in it.
Got some asshole knocking at the door like, and I'm like, I'm not going to sit here and...
Egged, there's a spot for you in the currency in the account match if you change your mind between now and the end of this month. Just saying.
Fucking interrupt my stream to answer the door and deal with stupid assholes. Oh, look, the knocking stopped. People are like, hey, dude, stop fucking with Cobra.
I agree. I don't like the whole, like, send shit to his house and that kind of shit.
God damn, dude, I put all these shooters in there, and look at that. That's a lot of fucking alcohol for one glass. Dude, that's what's up.
Mixing.
That's a lot of fucking alcohol.
Mixing
for
all
one.
those different 99 flavors into one glass is the grossest thing.
Yep. Yeah, they're meant to be enjoyed on their own.
The Macho Man, but Eddie is the hoaxer.
Yeah, you know, I can see that comparison, but in my alternate reality, which is how it should have happened, Macho Man is tip top.
One fucking glass.
Uh-oh.
Like, you can read the sign, can't you?
I hate how he's kind of mean to the people delivering it because a lot of them don't know what the fuck is going
He
on,
has
and
a
they're
sign
just
on
doing.
the door.
Yeah, but most people don't encounter that, and you have to, like, part of your job is making sure that the food is safe, like it gets there in one place, and you have to take a picture of it and everything. You've done deliveries before, yeah. So I've done.
I didn't take the picture. I just.
If you do DoorDash, you have to like take a picture of the food. Like
I quit before they made you do that.
Oh, okay.
I quit before.
There's
they
no
had the food sit
quitting.
down.
You know what I mean? Like, why you stopped?
I stopped.
Yeah.
I stopped. I quit my job as a DoorDash delivery guy.
I would never say I had a job as it, but I was like, huh.
I put in my 2 weeks
You don't.
reservation.
No,
with
no,
DoorDash.
no, you didn't. But I was like, huh. I wonder how much money I could make doing this shit. So I did it like for a couple weekends, and it was okay. But when you factor in like the gas prices and everything else, now I have pay by mile insurance too, which you can't have that and be a dasher. Like you have to have like regular insurance.
I'm streaming. Ignore the trolls telling you to ignore the sign. I'm not going to answer the door when I'm streaming.
But yeah, he doesn't owe them any sort of fucking kindness either, though, right? Like they're working, but also they're knocking on his door. He didn't order them.
I would say
so. He has the right to be angry as well.
I would say he owes them like basic human kindness.
He put a sign out there for him.
Almost everyone they deliver to, it's a weird anomaly. Like they don't know what the fuck is going on. He can be annoyed, but the person delivering it is just doing a job, and they don't know that that's part of like a troll.
And him saying
99.99% of their deliveries are legitimate, and then this is this weird thing that most people would never experience.
And him saying from across the apartment, probably
But
out of
the
earshot.
sign, Hawkeye says, but the sign is fucked. I don't know if I would take it seriously. It's true. It's a very weird
But Cobra
sign.
doesn't.
I'm not gay. I'm straight.
Cobra's across the apartment in his chair saying, "You could read the side, can't you?"
Yeah,
like, that's not that big of a deal.
Trolls don't pursue their dreams because they're cowards. So when they see me pursue my dreams,
Fact.
it triggers them.
Fact.
I hear the knocking on the door, and the first thing I assume was some fucking asshole from Craigslist being like, "I want to buy your lizard." And it's like, dude, he's
Don't
not for
respond
sale.
to that.
Ignore my fucking asshole
Yeah.
trolls. You can read the sign, can't
They know it's not for sale. They're doing it so that you say what you just said.
you, unless you're retarded. My YouTube trolls are more disgusting than any drink combo I could ever make.
Fact.
Sitting there knocking on my
Unless
door
they have a
like,
99 troll.
I like how he acknowledges his drink combos are gross.
You better answer the door, and it's like, I'm not gonna answer shit. Like, you can read the sign, can't you? I'm streaming. If it's paid for, leave it at the door. If it's not
A lot of people don't know what the fuck streaming is, too. Like, they don't know what that means.
paid for, then go away. I would think it was hilarious. And being like, hey, is your dog for sale? And then watching my YouTube trolls freak out because my dog's not for sale. Stop fucking bothering me. And it's like, oh, now you know how Cobra feels, dude. No, the knocking stopped. Oh, look at that. The trolls tried so hard to create a fake Craigslist ad and try to get people to come over and interrupt my live stream because to them that's hilarious. And I'm like, I'm a decent dude. I don't deserve the crap that I get because my trolls are fucking miserable assholes. You have
Yes.
farted and it smells.
True.
worse than my troll shit.
He's an honest man.
Things with my woman, cause she couldn't help me with my mind.
What a
People
singer.
think I'm insane because I am frowning all the time.
Is that a cup of piss?
It looks like it, but it's probably beer. Maybe iced tea.
99 bananas and apple juice?
And I'm like, okay, you know, if you hate King Cobra's fucking guts, then who the fuck's forcing you to watch my videos?
They watch it because they...
Falling in love.
He's doing the Elvis version. As if we both fall. Ooh.
Beautiful. We just kissed Cobra.
I love to drink alcohol, but like I gotta acknowledge that, hey man, you know, cutting down a little bit ain't gonna hurt.
That was good.
He's got to
I love
acknowledge.
that.
He's got to acknowledge.
Because Cobra's a talented musician, all this fucking lack of hair on top doesn't mean shit. You know, I'm not a fan of the Backstreet Boys, but it gets me, like, chick points, so I'll sing it because I can, and because I know I can sing just...
The Backstreet Boys have not been relevant in, like, 20-plus years.
They still tour.
Yeah, they
crazy.
do. Right. They do that, like, nostalgia kind of shit.
They still get, like, all those girls that were girls then are now, like, in their 40s.
Yeah.
30s, 40s, and they fucking come out.
When I lived in Bowling Green, Ohio, it's like a college town. I remember one time the local bar that like all the bands played at, Jordan Knight from New Kids on the Block did a show there.
Yeah, Jordan Knight not commanding the audience that the Backstreet Boys are.
They were at one time, like New Kids on the. I would argue New Kids on the Block were bigger than Backstreet Boys. I don't know about album sales.
I'm not sure because
it was a different time.
Backstreet Boys were the first, and NSYNC were competing with. New Kids. I'm thinking New Kids.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Never mind. Everything I said about the Backstreet Boys, I half that. I was thinking
New
about
Kids
New
on the
Kids.
Block were huge.
Yeah, New Kids were fucking touring and shit.
Jordan Knight, the cute one.
Yeah, he was from NSYNC.
No, Jordan Knight was in New Kids on the Block.
Was he?
Yeah.
Who the fuck was?
There was Danny, Donnie, Joe, John, and Jordan.
I don't know, man.
That was New Kids on the Block.
This is just a testament to me not being a little fucking weirdo kid.
Well, I didn't give a shit about it either, but I remember the summer of 1989, there were a few things that happened. The Batman movie came out, Ghostbusters, and I was a little kid, like 89, I was like 8 or 9 years old. So there was Batman, the first Tim Burton Batman, the Ghostbusters 2 came out, and New Kids on the Block were like the biggest fucking thing in music, like pop music at the time.
My life didn't start until the Ninja Turtle movies came out.
Yeah.
That's when I started caring about pop culture.
It's like piss in a breeze, you know. StressAir.com, fuck you. Frank Sinatra killing me softly with lyrics.
Killing me softly with his song.
The funniest thing is when Donnie Wahlberg would rap because he was such a fucking like lame white boy.
He was Marky's brother. They grew
He's
up
Marky's
rapping.
older brother.
They grew up rapping together. They did some rapping.
Take away from the music, you know. It's disgusting.
Yeah, like that's like the first really clear year in my memory, 89. Like I remember especially that whole summer. I remember going to see the Michael Keaton Batman movie in the theater. That was like a huge year for me.
The only thing I remember about the 80s was the Bosnian War, and it gave me anxiety.
That was in
for
the
rest
90s.
of my life. Really?
Yeah.
Well, fuck me.
Yeah, the Bosnian War was in the 90s.
It's like, oh my God, Cobra's got the most amazing.
When you said
singing
Jordan
voice,
Knight,
and
I was thinking J.C. Chazé from NSYNC.
Oh.
I had to go look up the name of the fucking guy I was thinking. They're all the same. They're literally they're all the same.
Stuff.
Those guys were carbon copies of New Kids on the Block. The NSYNC was carbon copies of Backstreet Boys. They were all the same.
They were the like New Kids were kind of the original of their type.
I can't stand it. I'm so jealous of him. I'm going to make his fucking audio cut out so we can't sing along with it because I hate him that much. And I'm like, dude.
I remember when they tried to make weed legal in Ohio and the idiots that live there voted against it. The big propaganda talking point was, do you want that guy from 98 Degrees to own all the weed? Because what's his name? The one that was married to Jessica Simpson.
Nick
Lachey. He's from Ohio, and he was going to be one of the owners of one of the companies that was going to sell weed in Ohio, and everyone was like, what? You want Nick Lachey to own this monopoly? So, like, that was constantly pushed out there to get people to vote against it, to trick people into voting against their own interest.
My trolls are so predictable. And it's like, no, we can't handle a Cobra doing it because he's too fucking sexy to handle. It's like, fuck the haters, dude. Excuse me.
So tomorrow we're gonna come back. We're gonna do a show. We're gonna have a post show. We're gonna decide.
New Kids were a rip-off off Menudo.
Whoa.
Menudo was Hispanic. That's totally like the music style was totally different. And then you can go back and be like, well, the Osmonds were, before that. So there were boy bands. Even the Monkees were a boy band. They didn't even know how to play their instruments and shit. So you can keep going back, but Menudo's has more of a Latin flair. New Kids were kind of cashing in on the kind of. It was like 90s pop hip hop kind of shit that they were trying to do.
With a song, killing me softly. Like, oh my God, Cobra, don't you dare. I'm like, yeah, fuck you.
Hang in tough. Remember that song?
Vaguely.
Oh, fuck. Excuse me.
I remember I got a bath towel from my aunt. It was a New Kids on the Block bath towel. And I wasn't appreciative of it at all.
No, I wasn't. I was not into New Kids at all, but I remember it because it was so fucking huge. And I remember like the next year, MC Hammer and Vanilla Ice hit it really big in 1990.
My aunt was like, "Do you like your towel? They're so popular." And I just looked at her and I was like, "I'm not gay." But at the time, I didn't know if that was true, so I lied to her. But I thought she thought I was because she bought me a New Kids on the Block towel. Because I thought you could only like New Kids on the Block if you wanted to have sex with them.
Someone in the chat said, "Did you have Hammer Pants?" No. And honestly, I wasn't really into rap music as a kid. I was more into like punk and metal even as a kid because
I take it back. I forgot Menudo was Hispanic, so they are different and don't count as a boy band.
Yeah, they were definitely a boy band, but it was like a totally different. Like they're not really comparable. First of all, they were never really that big in the States. They were kind of more of a Latin America thing. Ricky Martin was in it. Menudo. Another thing about Menudo is that makes them different from the other boy bands is that they've had like a rotating lineup. When members of Menudo would get too old, they would replace them with younger members. And Menudo's might even still exist, as far as I know.
And they're not a boy band; they're a Chico band.
I see what you did
It's
there.
a Chico band.
So, I appreciate the straw manning of my arguments, but I didn't say they weren't a boy band. I'm just saying that they're very different. Like, they're hard to compare. They're, in a way, like Menudo, almost, you could compare Menudo to Guar because Guar is like rotating members. So, yeah, they're more like Guar.
I
Seth.
had Hammer Pants when I was a kid.
Did you?
Yeah, they were like probably after they were popular though, because they were being like sold at the outlet, and I would get a ton of Hammer Pants, and I would not wear underwear with them because I was a dirty little boy. And
so you had skid marks in them?
Well, probably yeah, but one day my Hammer Pants got caught on the playground and ripped open, and my little fucking morsels were showing everywhere, and I had to go home early because I was too fat to wear any replacement pants They had like lost and found pants, and they had to send me home early because all the kids were looking at my little fucking morsels because I ripped open my hammer pants without underwears on.
By the way, I am aware that Menudo was big in the U.S. They never reached like a New Kids on the Block level.
If we lose all of our Latinx fan base because of that
hate
comment,
it when you say that.
if we lose all of our Latinx fan base, I'm gonna do what I can to regain them right now. YOLO.
I'm over here. I'm like, no, shut the fuck up with the ads. I'm still singing, motherfucker. The trolls can't tell me to stop singing. Like, you better not go live, Cobra. And I'm over here like, suck my dick. I'll fucking sing what the fuck I want to sing and fuck everybody else. Motherfucker. Like, no one's impressed by your singing voice, Cobra. And I'm like, well, that's your opinion. I don't care if people are oppressed by my singing voice.
People are oppressed by his singing voice?
Oh, Cobra, you better not do this fucking grand finale, you fucking asshole. I hate your fucking guts.
Has he been drinking helium? He's kissy. Dude, he's got someone in the DMs that's making him a happy boy. He's singing for some woman. There's somebody who's getting him riled up.
I love this, the Menudo Wikipedia page. Look at the members list. It's like so long. It's like once you hit puberty, they kicked you out of Menudo and replaced you with someone else. Lots of unclickable names, too.
Those are all the boys that got trafficked and kidnapped.
They are bad. Technically, they're still active, which is crazy to me.
1977 to 2002.
Yep. And then they came back in 2019, which is so weird. I remember even in the 90s, they had Menudo on Nickelodeon a couple times, which was kind of surprising.
Do you eat Menudo?
I like it, but I prefer pozole.
Yeah, I prefer pozole too because Menudo has fucking stomach lining in it. I don't need stomach lining in my
That's like cold weather food. Oh my God, Cactus right now has this cauliflower green chili soup that is so good. I had it the other day and it was like earth shattering. Like I would eat it every day if I had it. If I had just like a big vat. Where are the new kids these days? Well, the new kids never brought in new members, so it's always been the same members. I think they still do shit from time to time, but it's all on the nostalgia train.
Nadia Yvette Chambers says Latinx is written only. And Bustelo says tripe is más deliciosas.
Oh.
And Bustelo, you would say that because you're a fucking sicko. Nadia Yvette Chambers says they say Latin too. It's Latinx. Gotta get it right.
Have you had lengua?
Yeah.
You don't like that either?
No, I don't. I like beef and chicken and pork and.
Why are you saying it like that?
That's how they say it to me because I look extra white when I order it. They're like, would you like beef or chicken or pork? Because I'm so white.
Okay.
They're like, would you like beef? Because I'm slow too, so it takes a while for them.
You and Joshy?
Yeah, they're like, would you like beef? And I'm like, yeah, I'll have the beef. And then I start saying it, so I'll have the beef because I'm so dumb. I just mimic. Or the chicken.
Joshy the fridge. Oh my God.
Chorizo gives me diarrhea.
Chorizo's
Bustelo.
delicious.
If I eat chorizo, I
Menudo
fart.
with a spicy michelada when you're hungover. Latinos don't say Latinx. Most Latinos are grammar Nazis. I'm not, but it does get annoying. Billy gets to say what he wants, though.
Thank you. I do like micheladas a lot. If I go to the restaurant right up the road from the Stereo Warehouse that has the micheladas with the shrimp in it. Last time I went there, I had a big ass michelada and I had 4 tacos. One taco was the fish taco. One taco was the carne asada taco. One taco was the fucking shrimp taco. And one taco was it was like a deep fried birria taco. It wasn't deep fried, but it was a birria taco.
Yeah,
oh
like
my God.
deep fried.
It was like, you know, they cook it differently though. They like fry it a little. But oh my God, it was so fucking good. Anybody who goes there would probably get 10 erections and blow 17 loads. Like there's a big dance floor there, and they're always playing Norte bandita music, like bandito music, like the fucking old school like mariachi. There's a fucking dance floor, and I always go at noon when it's empty, and I'm sitting there all alone. And even though I'm all alone, someone will walk in and they'll see my white ass eating these fucking tacos, and they'll be in with like jewelry dripping all over, and their cowboy hat and their cowboy boots, and there'll be like 4 people dressed to the nines. They'll sit down and they'll get these gigantic seafood towers that cost like $150, and they'll just be munching. And I'm like, fuck. I hate being white because I could never enjoy this food as much as they do, and I know that. I'm enjoying my michelada, my fucking tacos, but they come in and they got these fucking towers of seafood with octopus and shit, and I'm like, fuck! I wanna like that. I wanna like that as much as I like these tacos, but I don't because I ordered it one time, and that one time I was like, I wasn't indoctrinated into this. I need to be indoctrinated into eating octopus and shit. I was lost on me because I had a little fucking peckerwood palate. Michelada is really good. Try it despite it being beer. If you get a good crisp michelada, it's so fucking good. Try and get it with the shrimp in it. With the shrimp. I love shrimp. I like seafood too, but this shit was just so extra. They cooked the fucking shrimp so like the skin is on the shrimp and it's super flavored. But I'm a peckerwood, so I don't eat the fucking shrimp cover. I'm over here like peeling the fucking shrimp, and it's like almost caramelized into the casing's caramelized in with the sauce, and I'm over here trying to fucking white boy it, and they're all over there just like enjoying it. And I'm like, fuck.
Yeah, when I went to Rome one time, I ordered a prawn pasta, not realizing that the shrimp would have the shells on them still. And I'm like trying to pick it off, and it's all saucy, so I'm getting like this pasta sauce all over my fingers. But then I realized they just eat the shell.
Yeah.
But the shell gets like stuck in your throat and shit. I hate that.
That's because you're white.
Well, I
That's
mean,
a white person
Italians
problem.
are white too. Yeah, they are.
Not really.
God. You exist on another plane, my friend.
I exist in reality. You ever go to Miami and get
I've never been to
Keys?
Miami.
You ever go to the Keys and get soft shell crab?
Nope.
They give you soft shell crab sandwiches where you eat the fucking crab in the shell because it's soft shell. I can't do that because I'm a fucking peckerwood. I'm a fucking mayonnaise goblin. I'm a fucking.
I don't like how it's all like papery and like it gets stuck in your throat when you try to swallow it. I'm like, like the little shrimp shell bits. I don't know. When I eat shrimp cocktail, I suck all the meat out of the little tail that they leave on, but the tail I cannot eat. I just can't.
You ever eat the whole jalapeno they give you on the plate?
Yes, and I'll eat the stem and everything.
And you fucking you do it without crying?
Yeah.
All right.
I saw someone in the chat say I'm an honorary Hispanic. Someone deemed me honorary Hispanic.
Who said that? I need to pull their card now.
They said me living in it's Shifu.
I don't trust them. Simone says, do you eat the dookie on the shrimp? Yeah, I'm white. I lick the fucking shrimp's asshole.
The mud vein?
I lick the whole asshole. I won't eat a banana with brown on it, but I'll lick the shit out of the shrimp's asshole. Ceviche looks so fucking good and smells like heaven. You said, I wish I could eat shrimp, yo. Ceviche looks so fucking good and smells like heaven. Real ceviche is made with shark, but shrimp ceviche is really good. Ceviche is bomb.
I've been approved.
Nope, I don't agree.
You don't get to agree.
I'm
or
pulling the
disagree.
card. I get to agree or disagree. I'm the white man. I'm the one that everybody says runs this show. It's my job to agree and or disagree.
Okay.
That's literally what they call my privilege. This is my privilege. Ben,
Billy has proven he has work to do. It's fine. He thinks he's God too. He said that earlier.
You know what, Ben? As the white man, we don't want you.
That's fine.
You can go be Latinx. You can go be.
God, that's so cringy when you say
You can go
Latinx.
be Italian if you want.
Italian is white.
No.
And some Hispanics are white too.
No.
Because Hispanic isn't a race.
You can go be Louis C.K. if you want.
There are black, white, and brown Hispanics.
We as the whites do not give you any more of our privilege.
Good.
You have to either wear the badge proudly or leave your gun on the desk. Those are the rules. Make America Billy again. Yes, variant. That's the future. MABA. Yeah, Brother Ardash, stuff would be more chill if Billy were God. That's a fact. And you know what else? If I was God, you wouldn't have to just pray to the air. You could just message me instead of putting fucking $40 in your stupid church's collection plate and praying to the air. You could just send me a $40 dono, and I'd be like, oh yeah, no, let's fix this. Let's get to the bottom of this. Save your fucking life. Yeah, honest red, exactly. So Billy isn't God? Exactly.
Someone said Ben has a controversial stance on the... What is it? What's my controversial stance?
That Menudo isn't equal to Backstreet Boys?
Is that it?
For the record, that is not Louis C.K.'s Twitter. Hold on, Gonzo. We're not sure of that yet. We're not sure of that.
We're not sure of it, but I was thinking it wasn't.
It's saying Louis K.C. in the title, and it's saying not Louis C.K., and it's saying that it was a parody account was not enough for us to deem whether or not it was his official page.
Yeah.
Buy Chipotle, then burn it.
I don't think my
for Billy?
stance is controversial, by the way. You can be Hispanic and be of any race. There's like Dominican people that are black, but they're Hispanic because they speak Spanish.
Murdered Carrot says, as a full-blood white, I override Billy's only mostly white decision and welcome Ben back. I'm full-blood white. I don't know where you got this off-white stance.
I am Jew.
I'm 98% European Euro-white and 2% generally undocumented Euro-white.
Undocumented?
Yeah.
Are you sure? Undocumented?
I don't know what it means. And that was just a fucking spit test anyways. Those are namby-pamby. I think I'm like 99 point. I don't know. Here, let me just look up my stupid fucking thing so I'm not talking out of my ass. You guys act like you really want facts.
Hold on. You care about not talking out of your ass?
I mean, for all the little complainers out here watching right now, all the little crybabies who are going to say you're only 98%. I'm like, no, I'm 98 degrees. Nick Lachey. I got a weed company.
Here's my 23andMe. I am Jew. I circled it so everyone can see it that I am Jew. And
you're Jewish.
I am Jew. For some reason, 23andMe thinks I'm Egyptian too. Who knows?
Why do you think you're not Coptic Egyptian?
I don't think I am or think I'm not. It's such a trace amount that it
how
doesn't
are you
really
gonna
matter.
claim to be Jew and then not Coptic?
Coptic is like Christian Egyptian.
Let's call it what it is, Ben. You're a Christian.
And then this is my ancestry.com So I took both of them, and the results are very similar. It's just on 23andMe, they mix British and Irish, and then on Ancestry, they keep them separate. And then, for some reason, there's Scandinavian on my Ancestry report, and there's no Scandinavian on the 23andMe.
My bad. 99.9% European. And it's all the whitest countries.
Mine says 99.6.
Yeah, I'm 99.9. And it does say that I have 2.3% Southern European and 0.1% unassigned. So that 2.3, it says it's Spanish Portuguese area, but we can't document exactly.
So that's
where.
the Iberian Peninsula.
Yeah, the Bilberian Peninsula.
Iberian.
Basically what it's saying is I have the right to be a white representative and knock anybody out of being white that I want.
Cool.
If you're 99.6, Ben, I got 0.3% more white to knock you off this pedestal.
I don't care. I'm not on a pedestal.
You better watch what you eat, Ben.
Okay.
You fuck around, you might choke on some mayonnaise now. You better watch what you eat. Fuck around.
Someone said, Ben, are you Irish or English? I'm actually Irish and Scottish. When it says British, it's actually Scottish, not English, according to this test. And both of them basically say that because in the 23andMe test, they give you like cities that they find a lot of your DNA in. And the majority of mine is Irish, but then my paternal grandfather's mother was from Scotland, so that's where the Scottish shit comes from. So I'm mostly Irish and Scottish, and then I'm like, 30 to 40% Polish. And then this one has Sweden and Denmark. The other one does not have that. They both have Jewish on it. Ancestry has 1%, and 23andMe has 0.5%. But no English. It doesn't say anything about English. It says Scotland and Ireland. So, yeah. I was just looking at that the other day. It's funny how we I was looking at it yesterday, actually. So it's kind of funny. I pulled up because I posted that for the people in the Discord last night.
I was talking today about getting my blood work done so I could see what I really am.
Your blood work?
For my ancestry, not this saliva test bullshit. But get the blood work
the same.
It's well more intricate.
When you say blood work, I'm thinking like they're testing your cholesterol and your.
No, I'm talking getting my blood work done, typing in all the codes, getting down to the nitty gritty.
Yeah, Hawkeye said same DNA.
Same DNA, but it's a different process to research. There's a vast. They are more intricate, Hawkeye.
I don't believe they are.
Well, I'm sorry to say,
like hair follicles.
All the aggregate information from the DNA from a swap spit test is from the information swap from people who are spit swapped. If you get down to the blood level, you're going to start seeing some things like it's going to come up. It's going to say, "Oh, you're a descendant of the Nephilim." Bill the fridge. You have angel blood in your stream. Bill the fridge. You're a Nephilim. You're just spouting off the fucking Susan Wojcicki's sister agenda. The agenda of Susan Wojcicki's sister. I'm getting the blood work done. And it's going to say that I'm part angel, part demon. The Nephilim blood coursing through my veins allows me to have regenerative capabilities. Representative of the necromancers never met a fat angel. I bet you never met a regular angel either. You wouldn't. Have you seen the non-biblical portrayals of angels? Don't let your fucking Christian goggles blind you to reality, representative of the necromancer. I'm angel down to my a-hole. Blood work. Delta 10 knows. I was there when Atlantis flew away into outer space. Mr. Morden knows. I got believers here. Honest Red knows. Just because you guys lack the proper ability to see clearly now since the rain is gone doesn't mean it never rained. We have fun here, don't we, guys? Do we have fun here on the Drunken Peasants podcast? You guys give it a 10 out of 10? I stole water today. Shifu says, Billy is our special guy. It takes a village to raise and keep him safe. Actually, Shifu, whether you know this or not, I'm the village. I'm the village. You're the people. Together, we're the village people. A podcast whose casts don't drink. I literally just took a swig of my water. I stole this water, too. I stole the ice. I went to Chipotle. I filled up my vat.
You don't go to Chipotle.
I filled up my vat with stolen ice and stole water from their machine. I feel like a real fucking bad dude. I was a bad dude. Are you a bad enough dude to save the president? Zap Rosedauer wants to know if you remember Nephilim Free, Ben.
Yes, I do. Unfortunately. Another one of Brett Keene's cronies. Yeah, he was one of Brett Keene's cronies back in the day. He was an interesting guy. And then, like, he accidentally showed his browser history, and there was, like, some weird... Because he was an uppity Christian, and they accidentally showed his browser history, and there was, like, escort stuff on there. So, yeah. We're going to wrap up in a minute here. The post show will be back tomorrow. And then coming up Thursday next week, we're going to have Scott in the studio here for his 100th episode. So that's going to be cool. Me and Scott on Friday, not this coming Friday, but next Friday, are going to go to a par 3 golf course where the holes are like really short. I'm going to try my hand at some golfing. I probably should bring a tripod to film some of this because it would be hilarious.
Scott's a really good golfer.
Yeah, he's good. I am terrible. So I had a little fun golfing with Adam and his roommate when I was up in Canada last week. So I kind of have the itch now where I want to go and play more golf. So that's what I'm going to do. It's all in the hips. I think it's more than just the hips.
The hips don't lie.
Yeah. So we will see you all back tomorrow. All right? Don't forget, we're going live tomorrow.
Tomorrow, motherfuckers. Figure it out, dude.
Figure it out, dude. Good night.